Hi, everyone. Welcome back to English Fab, where learning English is practical, useful, and fab. When it comes to business English, many learners struggle with situations like job interviews, workplace communication, or even handling financial and global issues in English. It can feel overwhelming to know what to say and how to say it naturally in a professional setting. That's why in this lesson, we'll guide you through a natural conversation, highlight key phrases, explore useful vocabulary, and share practical tips to help you express yourself with confidence in English. All right, let's get started and make your business English more confident and effective.
Hey Avery, I heard you have a job interview coming up. That's exciting.
Yeah, I am a little nervous, but I am also looking forward to it. I really want this job.
That is totally normal. Have you prepared for the common interview questions?
I have gone over a few, like tell me about yourself and why do you want to work here? But I feel like I need to practice more.
Those are really important. You should also prepare for behavioral questions like, can you give an example of a time you solved a problem at work?
That is a good point. I need to think of some strong examples.
Also, make sure you research the company. Knowing their values and goals can help you answer questions more confidently.
I have read about their recent projects and their mission statement. I want to show them that I understand their company culture.
That's great. What about the practical side? Do you know what to wear and how you're getting there?
Yes, I have picked out a professional outfit and I will arrive at least 15 minutes early.
Sounds like you are well prepared. Just remember to stay calm and be yourself.
Thanks, Jordan. That really helps. I will let you know how it goes.
Good morning, Avery. Thank you for coming in today.
Good morning, Hunter. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to interview for this position.
Let's start with a simple question. Can you tell me a little about yourself?
Of course. I have a background in project management and have been working in the industry for 5 years. I enjoy problem solving and collaborating with teams to improve workflow efficiency. In my last role, I helped streamline processes that increase productivity by 20%.
That sounds great. Why are you interested in this position?
I am very interested in this role because it aligns with my skills and professional goals. I admire your company's commitment to innovation, and I believe my experience in managing complex projects would make me a strong addition to your team.
That is good to hear. Can you give me an example of a time you faced a challenge at work and how you handled it?
Yes. In my previous job, a major project was behind schedule due to unexpected supply chain delays. I coordinated with different teams, adjusted timelines, and communicated with stakeholders to manage expectations. As a result, we completed the project successfully with minimal impact on costs.
That shows strong problem-solving skills. How do you handle working under pressure?
I stay organized and prioritize tasks effectively. I also communicate clearly with my team to ensure everyone is aligned. When facing tight deadlines, I break down tasks into smaller steps to stay focused and manage stress.
That is a great approach. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself growing in a leadership role, where I can mentor teams and contribute to strategic decision-making. I am also eager to continue learning and developing new skills that align with the company's goals.
That sounds promising. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. Can you tell me more about the team I would be working with and what success looks like in this role?
Great question. You would be working with a dynamic team that values collaboration and innovation. Success in this role means being proactive, improving processes, and contributing to the overall growth of the department.
That sounds exciting. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for your time, Avery. We will review all candidates and get back to you soon.
I appreciate that. I look forward to hearing from you.
Hey Mackenzie, I have been thinking a lot about job options lately. There are so many types of work, and I am not sure which one suits me best.
That is a great topic. Are you considering full-time or part-time work?
I am not sure. Full-time jobs offer stability, but part-time work can give more flexibility. I am also interested in remote work.
Remote work has become really popular. It allows people to work from home or anywhere with an internet connection. Do you think you would enjoy that?
I like the idea of not having to commute, but I wonder if it would be hard to stay motivated without an office environment.
That makes sense. Some companies offer hybrid work, where you work from home a few days and go to the office on others. It is a good balance.
That sounds interesting. I have also heard about contract and freelance work. How do those compare?
Contract jobs are usually temporary positions for a set period, while freelancers work independently and take on different projects for clients. Freelancing offers a lot of freedom, but income can be unpredictable.
That is true. I guess self-employment is similar in that way, right?
Yes, but self-employed people usually run their own businesses instead of working for different clients like freelancers. Then there are gig jobs, which are short-term tasks like driving for ride-sharing services or doing deliveries.
There are so many options. I think I need to consider what kind of work-life balance I want.
That is the most important part. Each type of work has pros and cons, so it depends on what fits your lifestyle and career goals.
Thanks for the insight. I will take some time to think about which type of work suits me best.
Good idea. Let me know if you need any help deciding.
Hey Morgan, I have been thinking a lot about my career lately. Do you ever feel like you need a change?
Yes, sometimes. What is on your mind? Are you considering a new job?
Not necessarily a new job, but I want to grow in my field. I feel like I have been doing the same tasks for a while now, and I need something more challenging.
That makes sense. Have you talked to your manager about taking on new responsibilities?
Not yet, but I think I should. I also want to improve my skills, maybe take some courses or get a certification.
That is a great idea. Continuous learning is really important. What kind of skills are you looking to develop?
I want to improve my leadership skills and maybe learn more about project management.
Those are great areas to focus on. Strong leadership skills can open a lot of opportunities for career growth.
Exactly. I also wonder if I should switch industries at some point. I have been in this field for years, but I am curious about other areas.
That is a big decision. Have you researched other industries to see what might interest you?
A little, but I need to do more. I do not want to rush into anything, but I also do not want to stay in the same place forever.
I get that. Maybe networking with people in different fields could help you understand your options better.
That is a great idea. I should start attending more networking events or reaching out to people online.
Definitely. You never know what opportunities might come up. If you need any help, let me know.
Thanks, Morgan. Talking about this has really helped me get more clarity on what to do next.
Hi there, you must be James, right?
Yes, that's me. And you must be the new team member. Welcome.
Thanks. I'm Mia. It's my first day here and I'm really excited to get started.
Nice to meet you, Mia. What role will you be taking on?
I've joined as a data analyst. I'll be working mainly with the sales and marketing teams.
That's great. We've been needing more support in that area. Where were you working before this?
I was with a financial services company for 3 years, focusing on reporting and visualization.
Impressive. So, you already have solid experience in analyzing data.
Thanks, I hope so. I'm looking forward to applying my skills here and learning new things as well.
That's the best attitude to have. How are you finding the office so far?
It feels friendly. Everyone I've met so far has been welcoming, which makes me feel more relaxed.
Good to hear. Our workplace culture is open and supportive, so don't hesitate to ask questions.
I appreciate that. I might have a lot of questions at the beginning.
Totally fine. We've all been in your shoes before. By the way, where are you from originally?
I'm from Wellington. I moved here recently for this opportunity.
That's a big move. How are you settling in?
Pretty well. I'm still learning my way around the city, but it's been fun so far.
You'll get the hang of it quickly. Do you already know many people here?
Not really, so I'm hoping to connect with colleagues and build a network.
You're off to a good start. Introducing yourself like this is the perfect first step.
Thanks! Do you have any tips for fitting in smoothly at work?
Sure. Be open to collaboration, join team lunches when you can, and don't be afraid to share your ideas.
That sounds doable. I'll definitely try to join the next lunch.
Great. And remember, it's normal to feel a bit nervous at the beginning. It gets easier with time.
That's reassuring. I'm really glad we had this chat. It makes me feel more comfortable.
Same here, Mia. Welcome aboard. I'm sure you'll do well here.
Thanks, James. I'm looking forward to working with you and the rest of the team.
Thanks for sitting with me, Liam. I'm still getting used to everything here. The culture feels different from my last workplace.
No problem at all. Adjusting to a new workplace always takes time. What feels different to you so far?
Well, people here seem really friendly, but I'm not sure about the unspoken rules. For example, is it normal to call managers by their first names?
Yes, that's actually a big part of our culture. We keep things professional, but hierarchy isn't too strict. First names are standard, even with senior leaders.
That's good to know. At my old job, titles were really important, and people were very formal.
Yeah, some companies prefer that style. Here, the culture is more casual but still respectful. We try to focus on collaboration.
I noticed everyone starts meetings exactly on time. Is punctuality a big thing here?
Definitely. Being on time shows respect for others' schedules. If you're late, it's polite to let people know in advance.
Got it. Another thing I noticed, people speak up a lot during meetings. Is that encouraged?
Absolutely. Managers here want to hear ideas, even from new employees. You don't need to be afraid to share your opinion.
That's great. Sometimes I hesitate because I don't want to sound inexperienced.
I felt the same way at first. But trust me, people value fresh perspectives. It's better to speak up than stay quiet.
Thanks for saying that. I'll try to be more active. How about socializing? Do colleagues usually hang out after work?
Yes, but it's optional. Some people go for drinks on Fridays. Others prefer sports clubs or volunteering activities. No pressure either way.
That sounds balanced. I like the idea of joining the sports club. Good way to meet people outside my team.
Exactly. The company encourages that. It helps build trust and relationships across departments.
I also heard we have well-being days. How does that work?
Right, those are extra days off to rest and recharge. The culture here values mental health as much as productivity.
That's really progressive. My last company only talked about well-being, but didn't give us time off.
Yeah, here it's taken seriously. The idea is that healthy employees do better work.
Makes sense. Last question. What's the best way to fit into the culture quickly?
Be open, communicate clearly, and respect others' time. Also, try to join at least one company event. It helps people remember you.
That's practical advice. Thanks, Liam. I feel a lot more confident about adjusting now.
Anytime, Emma. You'll do great here. The culture is all about support, and you've already made a positive impression.
Daniel, I keep hearing people talk about our competitors. How big of a role does competition play in our industry?
A huge role. The industry is constantly changing, and we always have to pay attention to what other companies are doing.
I see. Does that mean we're always under pressure to keep up?
In a way, yes. But it's not just about keeping up. It's about staying ahead with innovation and customer service.
That makes sense. Do we usually compare ourselves directly to specific companies?
Definitely. We benchmark against a few main competitors, especially those offering similar products and targeting the same customers.
Benchmarking. So that means analyzing their strengths and weaknesses.
Exactly. We look at their pricing, marketing strategies, product features, and customer reviews to understand where we stand.
That sounds intense. Doesn't it create a lot of pressure on employees?
Sometimes, yes. But competition also pushes us to be more creative and efficient. Without it, we might get too comfortable.
True. I guess competition keeps a company from becoming lazy.
Right. For example, when a competitor launched a new feature last year, we responded by improving our own service, and customers loved it.
So competition actually benefits the customers the most.
Exactly. They get better products, lower prices, and more options.
But what if the competition becomes too aggressive?
Then it can be risky. Companies might cut prices too much or overpromise things they can't deliver. That can hurt long-term stability.
Interesting. So balance is important. Stay competitive, but not reckless.
You've got it. The best approach is focusing on our strengths instead of constantly copying others.
What are our strengths compared to the competition?
Customer support and reliability. Our brand is trusted, and that's not easy to replicate.
That's encouraging. Do employees also get involved in tracking competition?
Yes, in different ways. Sales teams collect customer feedback, marketing teams monitor trends, and even engineers pay attention to new technologies.
Wow, it's really a team effort.
Exactly. Everyone contributes to keeping the company competitive.
Thanks for explaining this, Daniel. It's much clearer now.
Anytime, Sarah. Just remember, competition can be tough, but it's also what drives us to grow and improve.
Hey Kirby, how was your commute this morning?
It was not too bad today. The train was on time, and I even got a seat. What about you?
I drove today, but traffic was worse than usual. It took me almost an hour to get here.
That sounds frustrating. Do you usually drive, or do you take public transportation?
I usually drive because it is more convenient, but when traffic is bad, I wish I took the train. How about you?
I take the train most days. It is reliable, and I can read or listen to a podcast while commuting.
That sounds like a good way to make use of the time. Do you ever take the bus?
Not really. The bus takes longer because of all the stops. I prefer the train since it is faster.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have thought about cycling to work, but I am not sure about the weather.
That is a great idea. Some of our colleagues cycle to work, and they say it is a good way to stay active.
Maybe I will give it a try. It might even save me some money on gas.
That is true. Plus, no traffic jams. Let me know if you decide to try it.
Will do. Thanks for the suggestion.
Good morning, Jordan. How are you today?
Good morning, Alex. I am doing well, just trying to wake up. How about you?
Same here. I need my coffee before I can start thinking clearly. Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, it was nice. I went to the park with my family, and we had a picnic. The weather was perfect. How about you?
That sounds great. I had a quiet weekend, just stayed home and watched a few movies. It was nice to relax.
That sounds good too. Sometimes a quiet weekend is just what you need. Did you watch anything interesting?
Yes, I watched a new mystery movie. It was really exciting. I will tell you about it later if you like.
Sure, I would love to hear about it. Speaking of movies, have you seen the trailer for that new action film coming out next month?
Yes, it looks amazing. I heard the special effects are incredible. Maybe we should get a group together to go see it after work one day.
That sounds like a great idea. Let's ask the team at lunch and see who is interested.
Good plan. By the way, did you see the email about the team meeting this afternoon?
Yes, I did. I think it starts at 2 o'clock, right?
That is right. I think it will be a quick update, but I heard they might announce some changes to the project timeline.
Oh, interesting. I will have to make sure I am prepared. I have a few questions about the next phase.
Me too. We should probably take a quick look at the notes from last week's meeting before we go.
Good idea. I will check my notes during lunch.
Sounds good. Oh, by the way, I saw you were working late on Friday. Everything okay?
Yes, I was just finishing up a report. I did not want to leave it until Monday.
That makes sense. I try to finish everything on Friday too, so I can enjoy the weekend without worrying about work.
Exactly. Anyway, I should get back to my desk.
Me too. Have a good morning, Jordan.
You too, Alex. See you at the meeting later.
Hey Taylor, did you catch today's news this morning?
Not really, I was rushing to get here. What's happening?
The biggest headline is that the city is launching a pilot program for self-driving buses.
Wow, really? That sounds futuristic. Where will they operate?
They're starting in the downtown area with about 5 buses.
Interesting. I wonder how safe they are compared to normal buses.
According to the report, each bus has sensors, cameras, and an onboard safety operator just in case.
That's smart. It'll probably take time for people to trust them, though.
Exactly. The mayor said the goal is to reduce traffic and emissions.
Makes sense. Public transport that's electric and self-driving could help the environment.
Another big story is about a local tech startup.
Oh, what happened?
They just raised $50 million in funding to expand their renewable energy project.
That's impressive. What kind of energy project is it?
They're building solar panels that are lighter and more efficient than current ones.
Sounds like it could change the industry if it works well.
Exactly. The CEO said they plan to go international within 2 years.
Wow, from local startup to global expansion. That's fast.
And speaking of international, there was also a report about a peace agreement.
Between which countries?
2 neighboring countries that had long-standing border disputes signed a treaty yesterday.
That's huge. Did they say how they reached the agreement?
Yeah, through months of negotiations and help from international mediators.
I hope that brings stability to the region.
Same here. The news anchor called it a historic step toward peace.
Sounds like today's news is full of positive changes, new tech, renewable energy, and peace deals.
True. It's nice for once to hear mostly good news instead of just problems.
Definitely. It makes me feel more optimistic about the future.
Agreed. Let's hope these stories keep moving in the right direction.
Hey, got a minute to chat about the project?
Sure. What's up?
I was reviewing the timeline, and I think we might need to adjust the milestones. The design phase is taking a bit longer than expected.
I was wondering about that too. Are we waiting on feedback from the client?
Yeah, they've asked for some revisions. I think we can push the deadline by a week without affecting the final delivery. What do you think?
That seems reasonable. We'll need to update the team though. Maybe in the next stand-up?
Definitely. I'll bring it up. Speaking of updates, how's your part of the project going?
It's coming along. I just wrapped up the user testing report. Some interesting findings. Users struggled with the navigation flow on mobile. I'll share the detailed report after lunch.
Oh, that's good to know. Did they suggest any specific improvements?
Yes, a simpler menu structure and clearer call to action buttons. It's actionable, so I'll work with the designers to implement those changes.
Great. Let me know if you need any help prioritizing those updates. By the way, I was thinking we should organize a brainstorming session next week for Phase 2. It might be good to get everyone's input early.
Good idea. Should we do it in person or virtually?
I'd prefer in person if most people are in the office, but we can set up a hybrid option for anyone remote.
Sounds good. I'll check everyone's availability and book a meeting room. Also, before I forget, have you looked at the new collaboration tool IT recommended?
I've only skimmed through it. Is it worth switching?
I think so. It's more intuitive than the one we're using now, and it integrates with our current systems. Maybe we can test it with a smaller group first.
That's a smart approach. Let's add it to the agenda for next week's check-in. Oh, by the way, did you hear about the team lunch on Friday?
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be nice to catch up with everyone outside of work. Have you decided what you're ordering?
Probably the pasta. It's always a safe bet. What about you?
I might try the salad this time, trying to eat lighter these days.
Good call. Anyway, let's circle back after lunch to review the user testing report.
Will do. Thanks for the chat.
Thanks for giving me a tour, David. The office looks really nice.
No problem, Anna. I'll show you the main facilities so you know where everything is.
Great. Where should we start?
Let's begin with the break room. It's right over here.
Oh, nice. I see a coffee machine and a fridge. Can we use those freely?
Yes, absolutely. The coffee, tea and milk are provided by the company. You can also store your lunch in the fridge.
That's convenient. Do people usually eat here or in the cafeteria?
A bit of both. Some prefer the break room, while others go downstairs to the cafeteria.
I see. And is that a microwave over there?
Yes, you can heat up your food anytime. Just remember to clean up after using it.
Got it. I'll make sure to keep it tidy.
Perfect. Now let me show you the meeting rooms.
They look modern. How do we book them?
We use an online system. You just check availability and reserve a slot.
Easy enough. Do all meeting rooms have video conferencing equipment?
Yes, all of them are equipped with screens, cameras and speakers.
That's useful. What about printing? Where are the printers located?
Good question. The printers are in the copy room, just down the hall.
Do we need an access code to use them?
Yes, you'll have a personal code for printing and scanning. It helps us track usage.
Makes sense. And what about lockers? I noticed some near the entrance.
Right. Employees can use lockers to store personal items. You'll get one assigned to you this week.
That's helpful. Are there also shower rooms in the office?
Yes, we have shower facilities on the second floor, mainly for those who bike to work or go to the gym during lunch.
Oh, that's great. I sometimes cycle, so I might use them.
Perfect. And one last stop, the wellness room.
Wellness room? What's that for?
It's a quiet space where you can rest, meditate, or take a short break if you're feeling stressed.
Wow, I've never had that in an office before. That's impressive.
We really value work-life balance here. Facilities are designed to make employees comfortable.
I can already see that. Thanks, David. This tour really helped me understand the office better.
Anytime, Anna. Welcome to the team. You'll settle in quickly.
Hello, this is Emma from Horizon Solutions. Am I speaking with Liam Turner?
Yes, this is Liam speaking. How can I help you today?
Great. Thanks for taking my call. I wanted to follow up regarding the proposal we sent over last week. Do you have a few minutes to talk?
Absolutely. I've had a chance to look at it briefly. Let me pull it up on my screen.
Perfect. Take your time. Just let me know when you're ready.
All right, I've got it open now. So, this is about the cloud integration service, right?
Yes, that's right. Specifically, the hybrid cloud solution for your internal operations and customer-facing applications.
I see. I had a few questions about the pricing structure and timeline.
Sure, I'd be happy to clarify. Was it the monthly rate or the implementation costs you wanted to discuss?
Mainly the implementation cost. They seemed a bit higher than expected.
I understand. The initial cost includes full setup, data migration, and training for your staff. We can break it down if that helps.
That would be helpful. Also, what's your typical project timeline?
For a business of your size, it usually takes 6 to 8 weeks from kickoff to completion. We'll provide weekly updates to keep everything on track.
Sounds reasonable. What about support after implementation?
We offer 24/7 technical support for the first 6 months. After that, you can choose a support package that fits your needs.
Got it. And if we decide to scale up later, is the system flexible?
Absolutely. It's designed to be scalable. You can add more users, storage, or features as needed without starting over.
That's good to know. I'm going to discuss this with my team. Can we schedule a follow-up call?
Of course. Would next Tuesday at 10 a.m. work for you?
That works. Please send me a calendar invite with the meeting details.
Will do. I'll also attach a breakdown of the costs and a few case studies from similar companies.
Perfect. Thanks for the information, Emma. This was really helpful.
You're very welcome, Liam. I look forward to our next conversation.
Same here. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
Hey Ryan, do you have a minute? I wanted to ask about emails at work.
Sure, Emma. What's on your mind?
Well, I've written emails before, but I'm not sure what's considered professional in this company.
That's a good question. Emails here are usually polite, clear, and straight to the point.
Should I always start with dear or is hi okay?
Both are fine, but it depends on the person. For managers or clients, dear is safer. For colleagues, hi is perfectly okay.
Got it. And what about subject lines? I often struggle with those.
Subject lines should be short but clear. For example, meeting update Thursday 2 p.m. is better than just meeting.
That makes sense. How long should the email itself be?
Keep it concise. 3 to 5 short paragraphs are usually enough. If it's too long, people may not read it carefully.
Right, I guess no one likes reading a long block of text.
Exactly. Use line breaks and bullet points if you need to share several details.
And closing the email, should I use best regards?
Yes, best regards or kind regards works well. For colleagues you know well, even thanks is fine.
How formal should the tone be?
Formal for clients, a little less formal for colleagues. But always polite. Avoid slang or too many abbreviations.
So no you instead of you, right?
Correct. Save that for texting, not for emails.
What about response time? Do people expect fast replies?
Ideally within 24 hours. If you can't give a full answer right away, at least acknowledge the email.
Like saying, thanks, I'll get back to you soon?
Exactly. That shows you've seen it and are working on it.
Do people here often use CC and BCC?
CC is common when you want to keep others informed. BCC is less common, but sometimes used for large group emails.
Oh, I see. And attachments, should I explain them in the email?
Yes, always mention what you're attaching. For example, please find the report attached.
That seems straightforward. Any other tips?
Double check before sending. Make sure names, spelling, and attachments are correct. A small mistake can look unprofessional.
True. I once forgot to attach a file and it was embarrassing.
Happens to everyone. That's why I always add attachments first, then write the email.
That's a smart habit. Thanks, Ryan. This really helps me feel more confident.
Anytime, Emma. Writing good emails takes practice, but you'll get used to it quickly.
I'll start applying your tips from today. Thanks again.
You're welcome. Good luck with your first few emails. I'm sure they'll be great.
Hey Mark, do you have a minute? I heard some people talking about another colleague, and I wasn't sure how to respond. Sure, Sophie. Gossip happens in almost every office, but the way you handle it makes a big difference.
Yeah, I didn't want to seem rude by walking away, but I also didn't want to join in.
That's a good instinct. It's best to stay polite and neutral.
What's a polite way to respond if someone shares gossip with me?
You can say something like, "Oh, I'm not sure about that," or "I haven't heard anything." That shows you're listening but not adding to it.
That sounds safe. What if they ask my opinion directly?
Try redirecting. For example, "I'm not sure about that, but I do know she's been working really hard on her project."
So, shift the focus back to something positive.
Exactly. It shows professionalism without making the other person uncomfortable.
What if the gossip is about a manager? That feels even riskier.
Then it's even more important to stay professional. You can just say, "I don't really know enough to comment."
That makes sense. I guess silence is better than saying something I might regret.
Definitely. Remember, gossip can spread quickly and words can be taken out of context.
Have you ever been in a situation where gossip caused problems?
Yes, actually. A rumor once spread about a colleague taking another job. It wasn't true, and it created unnecessary stress.
Wow, that must have been awkward.
It was. That's why I learned to avoid repeating anything unless it's confirmed.
So, it's okay to change the subject politely.
Absolutely. You could say, "By the way, how's your project going?" That shifts the conversation.
I like that. It feels polite but firm.
Exactly. You're keeping the atmosphere friendly while not encouraging gossip.
Thanks, Mark. This really helps me understand how to handle it.
No problem, Sophie. Office gossip is tricky, but if you stay polite, people will respect you.
I'll keep that in mind next time.
Good. And remember, focus on building positive conversations, and you'll avoid most gossip situations.
Got it. Thanks again for the advice.
Anytime. You're doing great so far.
Hey Taylor, how have you been?
Hey Jesse, I have been good. Just busy with work. How about you?
Same here. Work has been keeping me busy too. What do you do for work?
I work as a software developer at a tech company. I mainly work on building web applications.
That sounds interesting. Do you enjoy it?
Yes, I do. It can be challenging sometimes, but I like solving problems and working on new projects. What about you?
I work in marketing. My job involves creating advertising campaigns and managing social media content.
That sounds like a creative job. Do you work in an office or remotely?
I work in an office most days, but I can work from home sometimes. What about you?
I work remotely most of the time, but we have meetings at the office every now and then.
That is nice. Do you see yourself doing this job long term?
I think so, but I also want to learn more about artificial intelligence and machine learning. Maybe I will transition into that field in the future.
That sounds like a great plan. Technology is always evolving, and it is good to keep learning.
Absolutely. How about you? Do you have any career goals?
I would love to start my own marketing agency one day. I enjoy working with clients and creating new strategies.
That is a great goal. It sounds like you are passionate about your work.
Yes, I really enjoy what I do. It was nice catching up and talking about work.
Yes, same here. Let's meet up again soon and talk more.
Hey Jamie, it's been a while. How's it going?
Hey Alex. I'm good, just busy with work. How about you?
Same here, but I've been trying to get out more and meet new people. Socializing feels so much harder these days, doesn't it?
Tell me about it. I feel like I've forgotten how to start a conversation with strangers. What have you been doing to put yourself out there?
Well, I started joining local meetups. Last week, I went to a game night, and it was so much fun. Everyone was really friendly.
That sounds great. I've been thinking about joining something like that, but I always feel awkward at first. What do you usually say to break the ice?
I keep it simple. I start with, "Hi, I'm Alex. What's your favorite game here?" People usually respond well to questions about themselves.
Oh, that's a good one. Asking about their interests makes it easier to keep the conversation going.
Exactly. And once you find common ground, it feels natural. How about you? Any plans to try something new?
I've been eyeing a cooking class nearby. I think it might be a good way to meet people with similar interests.
That's a fantastic idea. Plus, you'll learn something new and have something to talk about right away.
You're right. Okay, I'm going to sign up for that class this week. And maybe I'll even try that game night you mentioned.
Awesome. Let me know how it goes. It's always nice to have someone to share the experience with.
Will do. Thanks for the tips, Alex. You've inspired me to step out of my comfort zone.
So, any big plans for the weekend?
Not sure yet. I kind of want to do something outdoors. What about you?
Same. The weather's supposed to be nice, so I was thinking of hitting the beach or going for a hike.
That sounds great. I haven't been to the beach in months. Which beach were you thinking?
Maybe Mission Bay? It's not too far, and there's a nice walking path by the water.
I like that spot. We could grab fish and chips after too.
Yes, and maybe get some ice cream from that little shop near the playground.
Deal. Should we invite the others?
Yeah, let's make it a group hangout. I'll message Jordan and Mia.
Good idea. Oh, but Mia mentioned she might be out of town.
Right, she did say something about visiting her cousins.
What day were you thinking? Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday might be better. Sunday's supposed to get windy in the afternoon.
Okay, Saturday it is. What time should we meet?
How about noon? That gives us time to sleep in a bit.
Perfect. Should we bring anything? Like snacks? Or a mat?
I'll bring my beach mat. Maybe you can bring some drinks.
Sure, I'll grab a few bottles of sparkling water or juice.
Sounds refreshing. I'll also bring my speaker. We can play some music while we chill.
Awesome. Do you want to meet here first and go together?
Yeah, let's meet at the bus stop near your place and head out from there.
Works for me. I'll pack my sunglasses and a hat too.
Good call. And sunscreen, we don't want to get burnt again like last time.
Definitely not repeating that mistake. I'll bring extra just in case.
Great. I'm really looking forward to it now.
Me too. It's been a while since we all hung out like this.
Agreed. Let's hope the weather holds up.
Fingers crossed. I'll check the forecast again Friday night to be sure.
Awesome. Thanks, Taylor. See you Saturday.
See you. It's gonna be fun.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. Let's go over the agenda before we begin. First, we will review our progress on the current project. Then, we will discuss the next steps and any challenges we need to address. Does that sound good to everyone?
Yes, that works for me. I think it's important that we go over the key milestones we've reached so far.
Agreed. It will also be helpful to look at any potential risks as we move forward.
Great. Let's start with a quick update. Riley, can you give us a summary of where we are with the project?
Of course. As of now, we have completed the initial research phase, and the development team is working on the first prototype. We are on track with our timeline, but we did encounter some minor delays due to supplier issues.
Thanks for the update. Do you anticipate any further delays, or do you think we are back on schedule?
We have resolved the supplier issue, so I believe we should be able to stay on track moving forward.
That's good to hear. Have we received any feedback from stakeholders regarding the prototype?
Yes, I have received some preliminary feedback. Most of it is positive, but there are a few concerns about usability that we may need to address in the next phase.
That's helpful information. Let's make sure we schedule a follow-up to discuss those concerns in detail. Now, moving on to the next steps, I'd like to assign specific tasks for the upcoming week.
Before we move on, should we also discuss the budget for the next phase? I know there were some concerns about cost projections.
Good point. Let's take a few minutes to go over that. Taylor, do you have an update on the budget?
Yes, we are currently within budget, but we need to allocate additional resources for testing. I'll provide a detailed breakdown after the meeting.
That sounds good. Let's wrap things up. Our main priorities for the next week are finalizing the prototype improvements and preparing a detailed budget review. I will send out a summary of today's discussion along with action items. Does anyone have any final thoughts before we close?
No, I think we covered everything.
Agreed. Thanks for leading the discussion, Alex.
Great. Thanks, everyone. Let's stay in touch and make sure we meet our deadlines. See you all at the next meeting.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm excited to share our latest project updates and discuss how we can improve our workflow. Let's get started. As you can see on this slide, our project has reached the second phase, where we are focusing on testing and optimization. Our main goal is to enhance efficiency while maintaining quality.
That sounds interesting. Can you explain how this phase differs from the previous one?
Great question. In the first phase, we focused on gathering data and developing the initial structure. Now, in the second phase, we are refining our approach based on feedback and performance analysis.
That makes sense. What challenges have you faced so far?
One of the biggest challenges has been balancing speed and accuracy. We want to move forward quickly, but we also need to ensure that everything meets our quality standards.
How are you addressing that issue?
We are implementing automated testing tools and having regular review meetings to identify any issues early. We also encourage team members to share feedback openly.
That sounds like a solid plan. Do you have any data on the impact of these changes?
Yes, I do. If you look at this graph on the next slide, you will see that our efficiency has improved by 15% since implementing these changes.
That is impressive. What are the next steps for this project?
Our next step is to finalize the testing phase and prepare for deployment. We will also continue monitoring performance and making adjustments as needed.
Sounds great. Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you, everyone, for your attention. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out.
Hey James, I was looking over the latest data report. Have you had a chance to review it?
Yes, I went through it this morning. There are some interesting trends, but I noticed a few numbers that seem off.
I thought so too. Some of the figures in the sales data do not match last month's report. Should we double-check the source?
That would be a good idea. I can cross-check it with the raw data and see if there was a calculation error.
Great. Also, did you notice the increase in customer engagement? The numbers show a 10% growth.
Yes, that is a positive trend. It looks like our new marketing strategy is working. We should highlight that in the summary.
Agreed. We also need to make sure all visualizations are clear. Some of the charts look a bit confusing.
I can adjust the formatting and add a few more details to make them easier to understand.
Perfect. Once we finalize the report, should we send it directly to the manager? Or do you think we need a quick review meeting?
A review meeting would be helpful. That way, we can clarify any questions before submission.
Sounds good. Let's check the data one more time and meet later this afternoon.
Agreed. I will run the final check and update you before the meeting.
Hey, Lyric. I was going through the report, and I noticed the graph on page 5. Have you had a chance to look at it?
Yes, I did. It shows the sales growth over the last 6 months. What do you think about it?
The trend is clear, but I think the labels on the x-axis and y-axis need to be adjusted to make it easier to read.
I agree. Also, the colors used for the different categories are too similar. It might be confusing to interpret the data at a glance.
That is a good point. Maybe we can use different shades or patterns to make it more distinct.
Another thing I noticed is that the line graph shows an upward trend, but the percentage change is not included. Adding that might help give more context.
That makes sense. Should we include a comparison with last year's data to give a broader view?
That would be useful. It would help show whether this growth is part of a long-term trend or just a short-term increase.
Great. I will make those changes and update the graph before our next meeting.
Sounds good. Let me know if you need any help with the formatting.
Hey Taylor, can you help me with this calculation? I need to figure out the total cost of these items.
Sure, what are the numbers?
The first item costs $10, the second one is $15, and the third one is $7.
Okay, let's add them up. 10 plus 15 is 25, and 25 plus 7 is 32. So the total cost is $32.
Got it. Now, if there is a 10% discount, how much do I pay?
10% of 32 is 3.2. So you subtract that from 32, which gives you $28.8.
Thanks. That makes sense. What if I need to divide this total among 4 people?
You just divide 32 by 4. That gives you $8 per person.
That is easy enough. What about percentages? How do I find 25% of a number?
To find 25%, you multiply the number by 0.25. For example, 25% of 40 is 10.
That is helpful. And if I need to convert fractions into decimals?
Just divide the numerator by the denominator. For example, 3/4 is 3 divided by 4, which is 0.75.
That makes sense. Thanks, Taylor. This will help me a lot with budgeting.
No problem. Let me know if you need help with more calculations.
Hey, Alex, do you have a minute? I wanted to check on the progress of the quarterly report.
Of course, Kelsey. I was just finishing up my section. How is your part coming along?
I have most of it done, but I still need to finalize the data analysis. I want to make sure the figures are accurate before submitting it.
That makes sense. Have you run into any issues with the data?
Not really, but I need to double-check a few numbers. I should have everything ready by this afternoon.
Great. I will complete the summary and proofread the report once you send over your part.
Sounds good. Also, do you think we should include a comparison with last quarter's performance?
That would be helpful. It will give better context to our findings. I can add a short section on that.
Perfect. Once we finalize everything, should we send it directly to the manager, or do you think we need a quick review meeting?
A review meeting would be a good idea. That way, we can go over any last-minute changes before submitting it.
Agreed. Let's meet later this afternoon and do a final check.
Sounds like a plan. I will see you then.
Hey Daniel, do you have a minute? I've been hearing a lot about strategy in the upcoming meeting, and I want to make sure I understand it clearly.
Of course, Olivia. Strategy is basically a plan that helps the company reach its long-term goals.
So it's like a roadmap for the business?
Exactly. It guides our decisions and helps us stay focused on priorities.
How do we decide on a strategy?
Usually, we start by analyzing the market, our competitors, and customer needs. Then we set clear objectives.
Objectives like increasing sales or improving customer satisfaction?
Yes, those are common examples. After that, we decide on the best actions to achieve those objectives.
Interesting. Is strategy only for top management?
Not at all. While leadership sets the direction, every team plays a part in executing the strategy.
That makes sense. So what's our current strategy?
Right now, our strategy focuses on expanding into new markets while maintaining strong customer support.
How do we measure if the strategy is working?
Good question. We use key performance indicators, or KPIs, like revenue growth, market share, and customer feedback.
I see. And how often do we review the strategy?
At least once a year, but sometimes more often if the market changes quickly.
What happens if the strategy isn't working as planned?
Then we adjust. Strategy isn't fixed, it's flexible. Companies need to adapt to new challenges.
That sounds challenging, but exciting.
It is. Strategy keeps us moving forward, but it also requires creativity and problem solving.
Have you ever seen a strategy fail?
Yes, once. A company I work for focused too much on cutting costs and ignored innovation. They lost customers to more creative competitors.
Wow, that's a valuable lesson.
Definitely. A good strategy balances short-term efficiency with long-term growth.
So in our meeting, will we talk about new actions for this year?
Yes, the team will discuss specific projects that support the overall strategy.
Thanks, Daniel. This really helps me understand the bigger picture.
Anytime, Olivia. The more you understand the strategy, the more you'll see how your work connects to the company's goals.
That's motivating. I'm excited to contribute.
Great attitude. You'll fit in perfectly with the team.
Good morning, Mr. Carter. Thank you for meeting with me today.
Good morning, Lisa. Thanks for coming. I'm curious to hear what your company can offer.
Absolutely. We provide a full digital marketing package that includes social media management, advertising campaigns, and monthly performance reports.
That sounds useful, but I imagine it must be quite expensive.
I understand your concern. Our standard package is $5,000 per month, but it covers all aspects of online promotion.
To be honest, my budget is closer to $3,500.
I see. Thank you for sharing that. While $5,000 is our standard, we might be able to adjust the package to fit your budget.
What kind of adjustments are you thinking about?
For example, we could reduce the number of ad campaigns per month while still providing social media management and reporting.
That could work, but I really like to keep the reporting and at least some advertising.
That's fair. Another option is to start with a 3-month trial at $4,000 per month. That would include a smaller advertising budget but full reporting and social media coverage.
$4,000 is closer, but still a little higher than I planned.
Understood. Let's find some middle ground. How about $3,800 per month with reporting and 2 advertising campaigns included?
That sounds more reasonable. Would we still get strategy meetings included?
Yes, quarterly strategy meetings would still be part of the package.
Okay, that's reassuring. Another concern I have is flexibility. If we need to add extra campaigns later, will that be possible?
Absolutely. We can add campaigns at a fixed rate whenever you need them.
Great. I like that flexibility.
So just to confirm, $3,800 per month, including social media management, reporting, 2 ad campaigns, and quarterly strategy meetings.
That's correct. I think we have a deal.
Excellent. I'll send you the contract this afternoon.
Perfect. I appreciate your willingness to work with my budget.
And thank you for being open about your needs. I'm confident this will be a successful partnership.
I feel the same. Looking forward to working with you.
Likewise, Mr. Carter. I'll be in touch soon.
Hey Harley, I have been thinking a lot about management lately. What do you think makes a good manager?
That is a great question. I think a good manager needs to be a strong leader, but also approachable and supportive. What about you?
I agree. A good manager should motivate their team and create a positive work environment. But at the same time, they need to be able to make tough decisions.
Exactly. It is all about balance. Have you ever thought about stepping into a management role?
Yes, actually. I am interested in leadership, but I know that being a manager comes with a lot of responsibility.
It does, but it can also be really rewarding. Good managers help teams succeed and grow. Have you taken any leadership training?
Not yet, but I have been reading about different management styles. Some managers are very hands-on, while others give employees more independence.
That is an interesting point. I think a mix of both is ideal. Micromanaging can be frustrating, but at the same time, employees need guidance and support.
True. I have also noticed that communication is one of the most important skills for a manager. A team works best when there is clear and open communication.
Absolutely. A good manager listens to their team and gives constructive feedback. Do you think you would enjoy managing people?
I think so. I like problem solving and helping people develop their skills. But I know there would also be challenges, like handling conflicts and making difficult decisions.
That is true, but those are skills you can develop over time. If you are interested, maybe you should talk to your manager about taking on more leadership responsibilities.
That is a good idea. I will think about it and see if there are any opportunities to gain experience.
Sounds like a great plan. I think you would make a great manager.
Hey Jordan, I've been thinking a lot about leadership lately. What do you think makes a great leader?
That's a great question. I think a great leader is someone who can inspire others, communicate well, and make decisions confidently. What about you?
I agree. I also think a good leader should be able to listen and understand their team. It's not just about giving orders, but also about supporting people.
Exactly. I've worked with leaders who were really good at motivating their team, and it made such a difference in how people work together.
Motivation is key. A leader should be able to recognize the strengths of their team members and help them grow. Have you ever had a leader who really inspired you?
Yes, in my last job, my manager always made time to check in with everyone. They didn't just focus on results, but also on making sure the team felt valued and supported.
That's really important. A lot of people think leadership is just about being in charge, but it's also about creating a positive environment.
Right, and I think good leaders lead by example. If they expect their team to work hard, they should be willing to do the same.
Yes, actions speak louder than words. If a leader is honest, respectful, and hardworking, their team is more likely to follow their example.
I also think adaptability is important. Leaders need to be able to handle change and guide their team through challenges.
That's true. In today's world, things change so quickly, and a leader who can stay calm and find solutions is really valuable.
So, if you were in a leadership position, what kind of leader would you want to be?
I'd want to be someone who listens, encourages teamwork, and helps people grow in their careers. How about you?
I'd want to be the kind of leader who builds trust and makes people feel motivated to do their best.
Those are great qualities. I think leadership is something we can all improve on, whether we're in a leadership role now or preparing for one in the future.
Absolutely. Leadership isn't just about a title, it's about actions, mindset, and how you treat people.
Hey Clover, I feel like I have been spending too much time on small tasks lately. Do you have any tips on improving efficiency at work?
I know what you mean. One thing that helps me is setting clear priorities. I make a to-do list every morning and focus on the most important tasks first.
That sounds like a good approach. I tend to start with easy tasks, but then I run out of time for the bigger ones.
Exactly. If you tackle the important tasks first, you will be more productive. Also, I try to minimize distractions, like checking emails only at certain times instead of constantly.
That makes sense. I get distracted by notifications and end up losing focus.
Another tip is using productivity tools. I use a task manager app to keep track of deadlines and set reminders.
I should try that. Sometimes I forget small but important tasks.
It also helps to take short breaks. If you work for long hours without a break, your efficiency drops. A 5-minute break can boost focus.
That is a good point. I will start scheduling short breaks.
And if you are working on a big project, breaking it into smaller steps makes it more manageable.
That is really helpful. I will try prioritizing tasks, minimizing distractions, and using a task manager.
Great. Let me know how it works for you.
Hey Jack, did you hear about the team building activity scheduled for next Friday?
Yeah, I got the email this morning. I think it's a full-day workshop.
That's right. Honestly, I'm curious about what we'll be doing.
Me too. I've heard it's going to include problem-solving games and group challenges.
Sounds interesting. Do you think these activities really help build teamwork?
I think so. They give us a chance to understand each other's strengths and weaknesses.
That's true. In daily work, we sometimes don't notice those things.
Exactly. Team building is about more than just fun. It's about improving communication and trust.
I agree. Have you joined any team building events before?
Yes, at my last job we did an outdoor challenge course. It was tough, but it really brought the team closer.
Wow, that must have been exciting. Did you enjoy it?
Definitely. At first I was nervous, but working together helped me feel more confident.
That's a good point. Sometimes people feel shy at work, but team building can help them open up.
Right. It's also a chance to connect with colleagues outside of the usual office setting.
I like that. Sometimes we only talk about tasks and deadlines, not about ourselves.
Exactly. Knowing your teammates personally makes collaboration much smoother.
Do you think there'll be activities that involve leadership practice?
Probably. Many team building events include exercises where different people take turns leading.
That's great. It gives everyone a chance to step up.
And it helps managers see hidden talent in the team.
True. I'm also looking forward to the communication games. I think those are really helpful.
Same here. Sometimes we underestimate how important clear communication is for teamwork.
Exactly. Miscommunication often causes mistakes.
That's why team building activities usually focus on listening skills and problem solving.
It's good to know the company values this. It shows they want us to grow as a team.
I agree. A strong team culture improves motivation and performance.
Well, I'm excited. It sounds like this workshop will be useful and fun at the same time.
Me too. Let's make the most of it and learn something new.
Definitely. I think it will bring us all closer together.
And that's the whole purpose of team building.
Hey Jody, how has work been for you lately?
Pretty busy, to be honest. I feel like I have been working too much and not taking enough time for myself.
I know what you mean. Finding a good work-life balance can be tough, especially when deadlines are tight.
Exactly. I try to finish work on time, but there is always something urgent that needs my attention. How do you manage your work-life balance?
I try to set clear boundaries. I make sure to log off at a certain time and not check emails after work. That way, I can focus on relaxing and spending time with friends and family.
That sounds great. I struggle with disconnecting from work, especially since I work remotely. It is hard to separate work and personal time when everything happens in the same space.
That makes sense. Maybe setting up a dedicated workspace at home could help. When you step away from that space, it signals that work is done for the day.
That is a good idea. I also want to start exercising more. I have been so focused on work that I have not had time for it.
Exercise really helps me. I make time for a short walk or quick workout during lunch. It helps clear my mind and keeps me energized.
I should try that. I think I also need to plan more fun activities outside of work.
That is a great idea. Making time for hobbies or socializing is just as important as work.
You are right. I will try to set better boundaries and take care of myself. Thanks for the advice.
No problem. Let's meet up again soon, but for something fun, no work talk next time.
Deal.
Hey Mark, you look really tired. Everything okay?
Not really. Work has been really stressful lately. I feel completely burned out with all these tight deadlines.
I hear you. The pressure to meet deadlines has been intense. Have you talked to your manager about it?
I tried, but he's a micromanager. He keeps checking in on every little detail instead of letting me focus. It's frustrating.
That sounds exhausting. Feeling micromanaged can make it even harder to get things done.
Exactly. And on top of that, there are rumors of layoffs in the company. It's hard to concentrate when you don't even know if your job is safe.
Yeah, I've been hearing the same thing. A few people from my department are already worried about job security.
Honestly, the work environment has been feeling really toxic. Everyone is on edge, and communication from management is terrible.
Poor leadership makes everything worse. It's like they expect us to give 110%, but don't support us in return.
Exactly. I don't mind working hard, but the stress is getting to me. I feel like I'm losing motivation.
Maybe it's time to start looking for other opportunities. You don't want to stay in a job that's making you miserable.
I've thought about it, but the idea of job hunting again feels overwhelming.
I get that. But remember, you have great experience and skills. If this company doesn't appreciate you, another one will.
Thanks, Rachel. I needed to hear that. Maybe I'll start updating my resume this weekend.
Good idea. And in the meantime, don't hesitate to take small breaks when you need them. Your well-being comes first.
You're right. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate it.
Anytime. We're in this together.
Hey James, do you have a minute? I wanted to check in about the project deadline.
Of course, Jesse. What's on your mind?
I just want to make sure we are on track. The deadline is coming up fast, and there are still a few tasks left to complete.
I was thinking the same thing. We need to finalize the report and double-check the data before submitting it.
Exactly. I am planning to finish my part by tomorrow, but I might need an extra day to review everything.
That makes sense. If you need more time, we should let the manager know as soon as possible.
Good idea. Have you had a chance to look at the budget section?
Not yet, but I will start working on it this afternoon. If I run into any issues, I will let you know.
Sounds like a plan. If we both stay focused, I think we can still meet the deadline.
Agreed. Let's check in again tomorrow to make sure everything is on track.
Perfect. I will update you if anything changes.
Hey Riley, you are still here. It is already late.
Yeah, I have a few deadlines coming up, so I need to put in some extra hours.
That sounds exhausting. Have you been working overtime a lot lately?
Yes, almost every day this week. I was supposed to finish early yesterday, but my manager asked me to stay late.
That is tough. Are you getting paid for the extra hours?
No, unfortunately, my position is salaried, so there is no overtime pay. I just have to get everything done.
That is frustrating. Have you talked to your manager about the workload?
Not yet, but I am planning to. I do not mind working extra hours sometimes, but it is becoming too much.
You should definitely bring it up. A healthy work-life balance is important.
I know. I just do not want to seem like I am complaining.
It is not complaining. It is about managing your workload effectively. Maybe you can ask for more help from the team.
That is a good idea. I will talk to my manager and see if we can distribute the work better.
That sounds like a good plan. I hope things improve for you soon.
Thanks, Morgan. I appreciate the advice.
Ryan, can I ask you something? I just noticed I made a mistake in the sales report.
Sure, Olivia. What happened?
I entered the wrong numbers for last month's revenue. It's already been sent to our manager.
I see. Don't worry too much. Everyone makes mistakes sometimes.
I know, but I feel embarrassed. It looks unprofessional.
The important thing is how you handle it. Have you told our manager yet?
Not yet. I wasn't sure how to bring it up.
It's best to admit it quickly. Just explain what happened and how you'll fix it.
Do you think I'll get into trouble?
Honestly, managers appreciate honesty. Hiding mistakes makes things worse.
That's true. So I should take responsibility right away?
Exactly. And also suggest a solution. For example, update the report and resend it with a clear note.
That sounds reasonable. What if the mistake causes bigger problems?
Then work with the team to solve it. Mistakes can be learning opportunities.
I guess I shouldn't be so hard on myself.
Right. Making mistakes is part of growing. What matters is not repeating them.
How do you usually handle your own mistakes?
First, I admit them. Second, I correct them. And third, I reflect on what I can do differently next time.
That's a good process. Admit, correct, reflect.
Exactly. It shows professionalism and responsibility.
Do you think it helps to apologize in writing, like in an email?
Yes, but keep it short and professional. Something like, I realized an error in the report. Here's the corrected version. Sorry for the confusion.
That's a good example. I'll use that.
And remember, mistakes don't define your ability. Learning from them does.
Thanks, Ryan. I feel a bit calmer now.
Good. You're doing fine. Just take action quickly and move forward.
I will. I'll update the report now and send it again.
Great plan. And next time, maybe double-check the numbers before submitting.
Yes, I'll definitely do that. Lesson learned.
That's the spirit. Mistakes happen, but improvement is what counts.
Thanks again, Ryan. I really appreciate your support.
Anytime, Olivia. We're all here to learn and grow.
Daniel, you look exhausted. Is everything okay?
Yeah, just buried in work this week. My workload is heavier than usual.
I can relate. I've been staying late almost every night.
Same here. I think the new project deadlines are pushing everyone hard.
Do you feel like you have too much on your plate?
Definitely. I'm handling 3 reports plus client calls all at the same time.
That's a lot. Have you talked to our manager about it?
Not yet. I don't want to seem like I can't handle it.
I get that, but sometimes it's better to be honest.
True. I guess asking for support is better than burning out.
Exactly. When I felt overwhelmed last month, I told our manager, and she helped me prioritize tasks.
That's good advice. Maybe I should try the same.
Do you use any system to organize your workload?
I usually make a to-do list, but it's hard to stick to it when urgent tasks keep popping up.
I know the feeling. I use a planner and try to break big tasks into smaller steps.
That sounds smart. Maybe that would make things less stressful.
It does help. And sometimes delegating smaller tasks can make a big difference.
I don't usually delegate, but maybe I should.
You should. Teamwork exists for a reason.
You're right. I guess I just need to manage my time better.
Don't be too hard on yourself. Workload spikes happen, but they don't last forever.
That's true. I just need to find balance so I don't burn out.
Absolutely. Taking short breaks during the day also helps me stay focused.
I should try that. I usually skip breaks when I'm busy.
Skipping breaks only makes you more tired. Even 5 minutes helps.
Thanks, Sophie. Talking about this makes me feel better already.
Anytime. We're all in this together, and supporting each other is part of managing workload.
Agreed. I'll talk to our manager and try your tips.
Good plan. You'll get through this busy week.
Thanks. I feel more motivated now.
Hey Jake, you okay? You look like you're about to throw your laptop out the window.
I might just do that. My laptop has been acting up all day. First, it was running super slow, and now it just crashed while I was in the middle of an important report.
Yikes. Did you save your work?
I thought I did, but when I reopened the file, half of it was missing. I think I just had a data loss issue.
That's the worst. Have you checked if there's an autosave or backup version?
I tried, but no luck. And to make things worse, I was trying to sync my files to the cloud, but I think my internet is down.
Oh no, internet outage too? Sounds like you're having a rough day.
Yeah, and I still need to send this report by 5 p.m. Maybe I'll try using my phone's hotspot.
Good idea. If your laptop is still running slow, maybe you have too many background apps open. That can really slow down performance.
I didn't think about that. Let me check. Yep, I had like 10 programs running. No wonder it was struggling.
That should help a bit. But if your laptop keeps crashing, there might be a software bug causing the issue. Have you updated your system recently?
Not in a while. I keep postponing updates because they take forever.
That might be the problem. Sometimes, outdated software causes compatibility issues with new apps. Maybe run the update when you have some free time.
I guess I should, but right now, I just need my laptop to work.
Have you tried restarting it?
I mean, turning it off and on again feels too simple, but I guess it's worth a shot.
Trust me, it fixes more problems than you'd think.
Whoa, it actually worked. I can't believe that fixed it.
See? Sometimes, simple solutions are the best.
Thanks, Emily. Now let's just hope my laptop doesn't decide to crash again before I finish this report.
Fingers crossed. Oh, by the way, have you been getting weird emails lately?
Yeah, a few days ago, I got an email saying my account had been compromised and that I needed to reset my password through some random link. It looked sketchy, so I ignored it.
That sounds like a phishing scam. Hackers send fake emails to trick people into giving away their passwords. You did the right thing by not clicking on it.
That's scary. I use the same password for everything. Maybe I should change it.
You definitely should. If someone hacks one account, they could access all of them. Use strong passwords and maybe enable two-factor authentication for extra security.
Good idea. The last thing I need is a cybersecurity breach on top of everything else today.
Exactly. Better to be safe than sorry.
All right. First, I'll finish this report, then I'll update my passwords. Thanks, Emily.
Anytime. And if you need help setting up stronger security, let me know.
Hey Jamie, you okay? You seem a little out of it today.
Yeah, just exhausted. I barely slept last night. Actually, I haven't been sleeping well for weeks.
That sounds rough. Have you been feeling stressed lately?
More than usual. Work's been crazy, and I've been dealing with this nagging back pain. I think it's from sitting at my desk all day.
That's no joke. Chronic back pain can mess with everything: sleep, mood, even focus. Have you seen a doctor about it?
Not yet. I keep telling myself it'll get better, but honestly, it's just getting worse. And now I'm running on fumes.
I get it. I had a bad injury last year, and I thought I could just push through the pain. Turns out ignoring it made it worse.
What happened?
I twisted my knee playing basketball, and instead of resting, I kept walking on it like nothing happened. A few months later, I needed physical therapy. I wish I'd taken it seriously earlier.
That sounds frustrating. I guess I should stop pretending my backache is just normal and actually do something about it.
Yeah, it might be something minor, but if it's getting in the way of your life, it's worth checking out.
You're right. And honestly, it's not just my back. Lately, I've been feeling sick a lot, like stomach issues, headaches, dizziness.
That sounds like your body is trying to tell you something. Have you noticed any patterns?
Kind of. I don't eat much during the day, and when I do, I feel guilty about it. I know it's not healthy, but I can't shake the feeling that I should eat less.
That sounds really tough, Jamie. Have you talked to anyone about it?
Not really. I don't want people to think I'm making a big deal out of nothing.
It's not nothing. Struggling with food isn't just about eating. It affects your energy, your mental health, even your immune system.
Yeah, I feel drained all the time. It's like my body is running on empty.
I'm really sorry you're going through this. There are people who can help: therapists, nutritionists. You don't have to figure it out alone.
I know, but it's hard to ask for help.
I get it. When I was dealing with my addiction, and I kept it to myself for so long because I was ashamed.
Addiction? I didn't know.
Yeah, I had a bad relationship with painkillers after my injury. It started with just trying to manage the pain, but after a while, I relied on them just to get through the day.
That must have been tough. How did you get through it?
A friend helped me realize what was happening. I got support, talked to a doctor, and slowly worked my way out of it. It wasn't easy, but admitting I needed help was the first step.
That's brave. I don't know if I'm ready to talk to someone yet, but I think I need to.
You don't have to rush, but just knowing you don't have to do this alone is important. I'll be here whenever you need to talk.
Thanks, Chris. It actually helps just saying this out loud.
Anytime. And hey, let's start with something simple. How about a walk after we finish our drinks? Movement might help with that back pain.
That sounds good. I need a reset.
It's so nice to hang out, Morgan. How have things been with you?
Pretty good, Casey. Life's been busy, but I've been trying to focus more on the people I care about. What about you?
Same here. I've been making an effort to spend more time with family and stay connected with friends.
That's great. How's your family doing?
They're good. I've been having dinner with them every Sunday. It's become a nice little tradition. How about your family?
They're doing well too. I've been texting my younger sibling more often, and we've been closer because of it.
That's awesome. Keeping in touch really makes a difference. Have you been catching up with friends as well?
Yes, I just went on a hiking trip with some friends from work. It was such a nice way to connect outside of the office.
That sounds amazing. I've been meaning to plan something like that. It's great to bond in a new setting.
It really is. Speaking of bonding, have you been dating anyone lately?
No, not at the moment. I've been focusing on myself, which feels good. How about you?
I've been seeing someone, and it's going well. We're trying to make sure we have open and honest conversations, which has been great.
That's wonderful. Communication really is so important in any relationship.
Absolutely. I've also realized how little things, like checking in or making time for someone, can go a long way.
So true. Whether it's family, friends, or a partner, relationships thrive when you put in the effort.
Exactly. Thanks for chatting, Casey. It's always so easy to talk with you.
Of course, Morgan. It's always great catching up. Let's do this more often.
Lately, I've been thinking a lot about my relationship with myself. I spend so much time focusing on work and others that I sometimes forget to check in with myself.
I know what you mean. It's easy to get caught up in responsibilities and forget about self-care. How have you been feeling?
Honestly, a little overwhelmed. I feel like I push myself too hard, and when I make mistakes, I tend to be really self-critical.
That's completely normal. A lot of people struggle with self-criticism. Have you tried practicing self-compassion?
I try, but it's difficult. Sometimes I feel like I don't deserve to be kind to myself.
I get that, but think about it this way. If a friend came to you feeling the same way, would you be harsh on them, or would you encourage them?
Of course, I'd encourage them. I'd remind them that mistakes are part of learning.
Exactly. So why not treat yourself the same way? Building a good self-relationship means learning to support yourself instead of bringing yourself down.
That's a great point. I guess I need to reframe how I talk to myself. Instead of saying, I failed, I should say, I'm learning and improving.
That's a huge step. Another thing that helps is spending quality time with yourself, whether it's journaling, meditating, or just doing something you love.
I've been wanting to try journaling. I think writing down my thoughts could help me understand myself better.
Absolutely. It helps you process emotions and recognize patterns in your thinking. Plus, it's a great way to track personal growth.
I love that idea. I also want to set healthier boundaries. I tend to say yes to everything, even when I'm exhausted.
Setting boundaries is key to self-respect. Saying no doesn't mean you're selfish. It means you value your time and energy.
That's a mindset shift I need to work on. Thanks for this talk, Jordan. I feel like I have a clearer idea of how to improve my relationship with myself.
Anytime. Remember, self-growth is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself and keep making progress one step at a time.
I will. I'm going to start by journaling tonight. Thanks again.
Sounds like a great plan. Keep taking care of yourself.
Jake, it's great to finally catch up. How's everything going with your company?
Hey, Emma. Things are going well, but managing business relationships is always a challenge. We've been focusing a lot on strengthening connections with our clients and business partners.
That's so important. Clients are the backbone of any business. Are you working with any new customers lately?
Yes, we just signed a contract with a new client. They're expanding their business and need software solutions, so we're handling their IT setup.
That's exciting. A good relationship with clients can lead to long-term partnerships. What about suppliers? Have you had any issues?
Thankfully, no major problems. We recently switched to a new supplier for raw materials. They're reliable and their pricing is more competitive.
That's great to hear. Finding a good supplier can make or break a business. I had to renegotiate contracts with one of our vendors last month. It was tricky, but we worked out a deal that benefits both sides.
Negotiating vendor contracts is always a challenge, but it's all about balance. Speaking of partnerships, have you collaborated with any freelancers recently?
Yes, we hired a freelance designer to refresh our branding. Their work has been fantastic, and we're thinking of offering them more projects.
That's a great idea. Freelancers can bring fresh ideas, and they're flexible with projects. Oh, by the way, have you been in touch with any new investors?
Yes, we recently met with a few potential investors who are interested in funding our next expansion. It's still in the early stages, but we're hopeful.
That sounds promising. Keeping investors and stakeholders informed is key to building trust.
Exactly. We send out regular updates to keep our stakeholders engaged. We also hold quarterly meetings with our shareholders to discuss growth and future plans.
Smart move. Transparency builds confidence. I've learned that even small updates can reassure investors and shareholders.
Absolutely. Good business relationships don't just happen. They require effort, communication, and trust.
Couldn't agree more. Let's make sure we stay in touch too. We might have a chance to collaborate in the future.
Sounds like a plan. Let's exchange ideas soon and see how we can work together.
Hey Ryan, how's your day going?
Hey Emma, pretty good, but I've got a lot on my plate. My manager just assigned me a new project and I'm working closely with a few colleagues to get it done.
That sounds great. It's always helpful to collaborate with teammates. Do you get along well with your colleagues?
Yeah, I do. Everyone is really supportive. One of my colleagues has been helping me understand some of the more complex parts of the project. How about you?
I have a great team too. My supervisor is really encouraging, and I've learned so much from her. She always gives constructive feedback, which really helps.
That's awesome. A good supervisor makes a huge difference. My manager is great too, very approachable and open to new ideas.
That's important. I've also been lucky to have a mentor here. She's been in the industry for years and gives me great career advice.
That's really valuable. Having a mentor can really shape your career. I had a mentor at my last job, and he gave me a lot of insight into leadership skills.
That's great. I think every company should encourage mentorship programs. Even interns benefit from them.
Totally. Speaking of interns, have you worked with any lately?
Yes! There's a new intern in my department. She's eager to learn, and I've been showing her some of the basics.
That's nice of you. It's always great when interns feel welcomed and supported. I remember being a nervous intern myself a few years ago.
Me too! It can be overwhelming at first, but having a supportive team makes all the difference.
Absolutely. Oh, by the way, have you ever worked directly with our employer?
A few times. He's really hands-on and likes to stay involved in key projects. He appreciates when employees take initiative.
That's good to hear. It's motivating when an employer values their team.
Definitely. I think building good workplace relationships with colleagues, supervisors, and mentors makes a huge difference in job satisfaction.
Couldn't agree more. A positive work environment really helps everyone grow and succeed.
Exactly. Speaking of work, we should probably head back before our break is over.
Good idea. Let's catch up again soon.
Michael, did you see the news this morning? Another company filed for bankruptcy.
Yes, I read that too. It was surprising but not completely unexpected.
Why do you say that?
Well, they had been struggling financially for years and their debt kept growing.
I see. So what exactly does bankruptcy mean in business terms?
Bankruptcy is when a company can't pay back its debts and seeks legal protection.
Legal protection? How does that work?
Basically, the court steps in and helps decide how the debts will be handled, either by reorganizing the company or selling its assets.
That sounds serious. Does it always mean the company shuts down?
Not always. Sometimes companies reorganize and continue operating under new terms.
So it gives them a second chance?
Exactly. But in some cases, if recovery isn't possible, the company has to close permanently.
What happens to the employees in those situations?
Unfortunately, many employees lose their jobs, although some may stay if the company reorganizes.
That must be really stressful for them.
Definitely. Bankruptcy affects not just the company, but also workers, suppliers, and customers.
What usually causes a company to reach bankruptcy?
Common causes are poor financial management, too much debt, declining sales, or external crises like economic downturns.
That makes sense. So is filing for bankruptcy always a bad thing?
Not necessarily. While it's negative, it can also be a chance to restructure and survive.
I guess it depends on how the company manages after filing.
Exactly. Some big companies have come back stronger after bankruptcy.
That's interesting. It sounds like both a failure and an opportunity at the same time.
You're right. It's a failure in the short term, but can provide a way forward.
Do you think it affects a company's reputation?
Yes, definitely. Many customers and investors lose trust, which makes recovery harder.
So communication and strategy are important after bankruptcy.
Absolutely. Clear communication, cost-cutting, and a new business plan are key.
Thanks, Michael. I feel like I understand bankruptcy much better now.
Glad to help. It's an important concept in business, even if it's not a pleasant one.
Tom, have you heard the news? There are rumors about layoffs.
Yes, I heard. It's making a lot of people nervous.
I know. Do layoffs mean the same as redundancy?
They're similar, but not exactly the same.
Could you explain the difference?
Sure. A layoff usually happens when a company needs to cut costs or reduce staff temporarily.
So it doesn't always mean permanent job loss?
Right. Sometimes employees are rehired if business improves.
And redundancy?
Redundancy happens when a job is no longer needed. For example, if a company closes a department or automates tasks.
I see. So redundancy is usually permanent.
Exactly. It's not about the employee's performance, it's about the role itself.
That must be tough for employees.
It is. Losing a job can be stressful both financially and emotionally.
Does the company provide any support in those cases?
Often, yes. Many companies offer severance pay, career counseling, or help with finding new work.
That's good. At least employees aren't left alone.
True, but it still takes time to adjust.
What about the employees who remain in the company?
They often feel uncertain too, sometimes called survivor's guilt.
That's interesting. I hadn't thought about that.
Yes, morale can drop if layoffs aren't handled carefully.
So communication is very important.
Absolutely. Clear and honest communication helps maintain trust.
Have you ever experienced layoffs in your previous jobs?
Yes, at my last company, a whole department was made redundant.
How did people cope?
Some were upset, but others used it as an opportunity to change careers.
I guess sometimes it opens new doors.
Exactly. While difficult, redundancy can push people to explore new skills or industries.
That's a positive way to see it.
Yes, and it's important to remember that layoffs and redundancies are often about business needs, not personal failure.
Thanks, Tom. This conversation really helped me understand it better.
Anytime, Sarah. It's not an easy topic, but understanding it makes it less frightening.
Ben, did you hear that James was dismissed yesterday?
Yes, I heard. It came as a surprise to many of us.
I thought dismissal and redundancy were the same thing. Are they?
Not exactly. Redundancy is when a job is no longer needed, but dismissal usually happens because of performance or behavior.
Oh, so dismissal is linked more to the employee's actions?
Right. It can be for poor performance, misconduct, or breaking company rules.
That sounds serious. What counts as misconduct?
Things like repeated lateness, dishonesty, or inappropriate behavior at work.
And poor performance would be not meeting targets or deadlines?
Exactly. If someone consistently fails to deliver, dismissal may follow.
Do companies always give warnings before dismissal?
Usually, yes. Most companies follow a process: verbal warnings, written warnings, and then dismissal if things don't improve.
So it's not sudden in most cases?
Correct. Unless it's gross misconduct, like theft or violence, which can lead to immediate dismissal.
That must be really tough for the employee.
Definitely. Losing a job through dismissal can damage confidence and reputation.
Do employees have rights in that situation?
Yes, they can appeal the decision or take legal action if they feel it was unfair.
So unfair dismissal means being let go without a fair reason?
Exactly. For example, dismissing someone because of discrimination or without following procedure.
I see. That's why HR is always involved in these cases.
Yes, HR makes sure the process is fair and legal.
Have you ever seen a dismissal in your previous job?
Yes, one colleague was dismissed for repeatedly missing deadlines and ignoring feedback.
How did the team react?
Mixed feelings. Some felt it was fair, others thought the company could have given more support.
It sounds like dismissal affects not just the employee, but the whole team.
That's true. It can lower morale, but it can also remind everyone of the importance of accountability.
Thanks, Ben. I understand the difference between redundancy and dismissal much better now.
Glad to help, Laura. It's not an easy topic, but it's an important one in the workplace.
John, that meeting was intense. I didn't expect a restructuring announcement today.
I know. It caught me off guard too. Do you understand what restructuring means exactly?
Not fully. Is it like layoffs?
Not exactly. Restructuring is when a company changes the way it's organized, like shifting teams, departments, or even strategies.
So it's more about reorganizing than just cutting jobs?
Exactly. Although sometimes restructuring does lead to layoffs or role changes.
Why would a company restructure?
There are several reasons: financial challenges, adapting to new markets, or improving efficiency.
That makes sense. So it's like trying to make the company stronger.
Right. Think of it as a way to streamline operations and focus on priorities.
Do you think our jobs are at risk?
Hard to say. Sometimes roles change, but other times employees are reassigned instead of let go.
I guess flexibility is important during restructuring.
Definitely. Companies look for employees who can adapt to new responsibilities.
What about communication? It feels like everyone's worried.
Clear communication is critical. If management explains the reasons and goals, employees feel more secure.
Have you ever been through a restructuring before?
Yes, at my last company. They merged 2 departments into one.
How did that work out?
It was stressful at first, but eventually it reduced confusion and saved resources.
Did people lose their jobs?
A few, unfortunately, but many were given new roles that matched their skills.
So it's not always negative.
Exactly. Restructuring can actually open up new opportunities for growth.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yes, sometimes employees are promoted or moved into more important projects.
That sounds promising, but it must be tough emotionally for some people.
True. Change always brings uncertainty. That's why support and transparency matter so much.
Thanks, John. Talking about this makes me feel a bit calmer.
Anytime, Karen. Restructuring is challenging, but it can also be a fresh start.
David, did you hear the announcement this morning?
Yes, I did. The company is planning pay cuts.
I'm still trying to process it. What exactly does a pay cut mean?
A pay cut is when your salary is reduced, either temporarily or permanently.
So it doesn't always mean it's forever?
Right. Sometimes companies reduce salaries only until business improves.
Why would a company choose pay cuts instead of layoffs?
Usually to save money while keeping more employees. It spreads the burden.
That makes sense. But it must still be tough for workers.
Definitely. It affects finances, morale, and sometimes even motivation.
How do companies usually explain pay cuts?
They often say it's necessary due to lower revenue or high costs.
Do they ever give employees a choice?
In some cases, yes. Employees may accept reduced hours or lower pay instead of losing their jobs.
I guess that's better than being laid off.
True, but it still puts pressure on people's personal lives.
Do companies promise to restore salaries later?
Some do. They may say pay will return to normal once business recovers.
But I imagine not all companies keep that promise.
Correct. That's why transparency and trust are so important.
How do employees usually react?
Mixed reactions. Some understand the situation, others feel frustrated or undervalued.
I think communication makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. If management explains clearly, people are more likely to accept it.
Have you ever experienced a pay cut?
Yes, at my last job during the pandemic. Salaries were reduced for 6 months.
That must have been stressful.
It was, but I appreciated that the company tried to avoid layoffs.
So in some ways, a pay cut can be seen as a compromise.
Exactly. It's difficult, but it can help keep the business and jobs alive.
Thanks, David. This really helped me understand the situation better.
Anytime, Emma. Talking about it makes it easier to deal with. I have been thinking about asking for a raise at work. Do you think now is a good time?
It depends. Have you taken on more responsibilities or achieved any major goals recently?
Yes, I have been leading a few big projects and my manager has been happy with my work.
That sounds like a strong reason to negotiate. Have you done any research on salary ranges for your position?
Yes, I checked online and found that people in similar roles at other companies are making more than I do.
That is useful information. When are you planning to bring it up with your manager?
I was thinking of mentioning it in my next performance review. That way I can present my achievements and discuss my future with the company.
That is a great approach. It shows that you are serious and prepared. Are you also considering other job opportunities?
Not at the moment, but I do want to make sure I am being paid fairly. What about you? Are you happy with your salary?
For now, yes. But I am keeping an eye on job openings to see what other companies are offering.
That is smart. It is always good to know your worth in the job market.
Absolutely. Good luck with your salary negotiation. Let me know how it goes.
Thanks, I will. Let's catch up again soon.
Hey Morgan, have you heard anything about this year's bonus?
Not yet, but I think we should be getting the announcement soon. Last year, they sent an email about it in early December.
I hope it is a good one this year. We worked really hard on that big project.
Exactly. I remember the manager mentioning that bonuses are based on company performance and individual contributions.
That makes sense. The company did well this year, so I am optimistic. Do you know how they calculate it?
From what I understand, it is a mix of company profits, department performance, and personal achievements.
I guess that means meeting our targets was important. Do you think we should ask our manager for more details?
It might be a good idea. We could bring it up during our next team meeting or just ask directly.
Good plan. Hopefully, we will get some good news soon.
Fingers crossed. Let's wait and see.
Anna, you don't look so well. Are you feeling okay?
Not really. I think I'm coming down with the flu.
Oh no, you should probably take a sick day.
I was wondering how sick leave works here. I'm still new.
It's pretty straightforward. Sick leave lets you take time off when you're ill and still get paid.
So it's different from paid leave, right?
Exactly. Paid leave usually refers to vacation days or personal days you can use for rest or other reasons.
How many sick days do we get?
Our company policy gives us 10 days per year.
And what about paid leave for vacations?
That's 20 days per year, separate from sick leave.
That's good to know. Do I need to provide a doctor's note?
Yes, if you're sick for more than 3 consecutive days.
What if I just have a one-day flu?
Then you can simply inform your manager and HR by email.
Okay, so I don't need to come to the office sick?
Definitely not. It's better to rest at home and avoid spreading germs.
True, I wouldn't want others to catch it.
Exactly. Sick leave is there to protect both you and the team.
Can paid leave be carried over to the next year?
In our company, yes, up to 10 days. But sick leave usually doesn't carry over.
I see. So I should make sure to use vacation leave before it expires.
That's right. Many people save some for the holidays.
What if someone needs extended medical leave?
Then HR may arrange special medical leave, sometimes unpaid, depending on the situation.
That sounds fair. At least there's support for employees.
Yes, policies like these help maintain work-life balance.
Thanks, Michael. You've really cleared things up for me.
Anytime, Anna. Now go home, rest, and use your sick leave properly.
I will. It's good to know the company supports us when we're unwell.
David, do you know much about the company's health insurance plan?
Yes, I've been here a while. What would you like to know?
Well, I've never worked in a company that offered health insurance before. How does it work?
Basically, the company partners with an insurance provider. They cover part of the premium, and employees pay the rest.
What's a premium?
A premium is the amount you pay every month to keep your insurance active.
Oh, I see. So the company helps cover the cost?
Exactly. Here, the company pays about 70%, and we pay the remaining 30%.
That sounds fair. What does the insurance actually cover?
It usually includes doctor visits, hospital stays, emergency care, and sometimes dental or vision, depending on the plan.
Do we have different plans to choose from?
Yes, there are 2. One is a basic plan with lower premiums, and the other is more comprehensive, but slightly more expensive.
How do people decide which plan to pick?
It depends on your needs. If you rarely visit doctors, the basic plan might be enough. But if you want more coverage, the comprehensive one is better.
That makes sense. What about family coverage?
Good question. You can add dependents like a spouse or children, but you'll pay extra for them.
Got it. Is there a deductible with these plans?
Yes, a deductible is the amount you pay out of pocket before the insurance starts covering costs.
So if the deductible is $500, I pay that first and then the insurance helps?
Exactly. After that, they share the costs with you.
Does the insurance cover medicine too?
Yes, prescriptions are usually included, though sometimes you pay a small copay.
What's a copay?
A copay is a fixed amount you pay when you see a doctor or get medicine, like $20 per visit.
That's helpful to know. And what if I don't use the insurance much?
Well, you're still paying the premium, but it's like security. If something unexpected happens, you're protected from very high medical bills.
True, that gives peace of mind.
Exactly. Health insurance is really about reducing financial risk and making healthcare affordable.
Thanks, David. You explained it really clearly. I feel much more confident now.
No problem. Once you pick your plan, HR will help you with the paperwork.
Perfect. I'll go through the options carefully this week.
I've been trying to improve my skills lately, but sometimes it feels overwhelming. Do you ever feel that way?
Oh, all the time. But I've realized learning is a lot more manageable when I break it into smaller steps. What are you trying to learn?
A mix of things, really. I want to get better at speaking English and also learn some coding. It feels like there's so much to cover.
That's awesome. For English, are you focusing on speaking, reading, or something specific?
Mostly speaking. I want to sound natural in conversations, but I'm not sure how to practice effectively.
Speaking can be tricky, but role-playing daily scenarios can help. You could also try talking to yourself about random things. It's surprisingly effective.
I might try that. How about coding? I'm trying to figure out where to start.
Start small. Pick a beginner-friendly language like Python and try building simple projects, like a to-do list app. It's a great way to stay motivated.
I've heard Python is good for beginners. Do you think I should watch tutorials or dive into books?
Tutorials are great to start with since you can see the concepts in action. Once you're comfortable, you can move to books or deeper documentation. What about pairing coding with something fun, like a small game?
That sounds fun. Maybe I'll make a simple quiz app. It feels good to create something useful while learning.
Exactly. Celebrate the small wins. It keeps you going. Learning is a journey, not a race. Just focus on enjoying the process.
Thanks. I feel a lot more confident now. I guess the key is to start small and stay consistent.
That's it. You're gonna do great. Keep me posted on your progress.
Hey, Pat. I have been thinking a lot about the future. Retirement seems so far away, but I feel like I should start planning for it.
That is a great idea. It is never too early to think about retirement. Are you considering saving through a pension plan or an investment fund?
I am not sure yet. I know some companies offer retirement benefits, but I also hear that personal investments can be a good option.
That is true. Many people rely on their company's pension, but others prefer to set up their own retirement savings through an individual retirement account or investment.
How do people usually decide when to retire?
It depends. Some people retire as soon as they reach the minimum retirement age, while others keep working longer to increase their savings. It also depends on financial stability and personal goals.
That makes sense. I want to make sure I have enough savings to live comfortably, but I also want to enjoy my time while I am still active.
That is important. Some retirees travel, others take up new hobbies, and some even start a second career. It all depends on what kind of lifestyle you want after retiring.
I like the idea of traveling, but I also want to stay active and maybe do some part-time work.
That is a great plan. Many retirees work part-time or volunteer to stay engaged. It keeps them busy and gives them a sense of purpose.
I guess the key is to start planning early and set realistic financial goals.
Absolutely. The sooner you start saving, the more prepared you will be for a comfortable retirement.
Thanks for the advice, Riley. I will start looking into different options and setting up a plan.
That sounds great. Let me know if you need help. Planning for retirement can be overwhelming, but taking small steps now will make a big difference later.
Hey Taylor, how have you been? You look great. Have you been working out?
Thanks, Alex. Yeah, I've been hitting the gym 3 times a week. I'm trying to stay consistent. What about you?
That's awesome. I've been doing yoga in the mornings. It's such a great way to start the day.
Yoga sounds so relaxing. Does it help with stress?
Definitely. It helps me stay calm and focused, especially during busy weeks. Plus, it's great for flexibility.
I could use some of that. My back gets stiff from sitting all day. Maybe I should give yoga a try.
You should. Even 10 minutes a day makes a difference. Do you watch what you eat as well?
I try to. I've been meal prepping on Sundays to avoid eating out too much during the week. It's helped me stick to healthier choices.
That's a great habit. I've been focusing on eating more whole foods, lots of veggies, fruits, and lean proteins. It's made a big difference in my energy levels.
Same here. Cutting back on processed foods has really helped me feel better. Are you taking any supplements?
Just a multivitamin and omega-3s. I like keeping it simple. What about you?
I take vitamin D, especially during winter. It keeps my energy up when there's less sunlight.
Good idea. Staying healthy is all about balance, exercise, eating well, and taking care of your mind too.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, I've been trying meditation recently. It's tough to focus at first, but it's been helping with my sleep.
That's great to hear. I've been meaning to try it. Maybe I'll add it to my routine.
You should. Small changes really add up over time.
Exactly. Here's to staying healthy and feeling good.
Cheers to that.
Have you been following the news about the recent disease outbreak?
Yes, I have. It's concerning how quickly it seems to be spreading.
It really is. They're saying it's a viral infection that spreads through close contact. Have you heard about the symptoms?
I read that it starts with a fever, fatigue, and a sore throat. Some people also experience coughing and difficulty breathing if it gets worse.
That sounds serious. Are there any guidelines on how to prevent it?
The usual precautions: washing hands frequently, avoiding close contact with sick people, and wearing masks in crowded places.
It's good advice. I've started carrying hand sanitizer with me everywhere I go. Better safe than sorry.
Same here. I've also been trying to boost my immune system by eating healthy and staying hydrated.
That's smart. I've heard they're working on a vaccine, but it could take some time before it's widely available.
It's good that they're working on it. In the meantime, we all need to do our part to stay safe and protect others.
Absolutely. I think raising awareness is also important. Not everyone takes it seriously until they see how it affects people.
True. I know a few people who didn't follow the guidelines at first, but they've changed their behavior after learning more about it.
Education makes a big difference. Hopefully, with enough precautions and efforts, the spread can be controlled.
Let's hope so. It's a tough situation, but we can get through it by working together and staying informed.
Agreed. Thanks for the chat, Dakota. It's nice to talk about these things and share ideas.
Anytime, Parker. Stay safe out there.
River, what happened to your arm? Are you okay?
Oh, this? Yeah, I'm okay now. I had a little accident a few days ago.
What kind of accident?
I was riding my bike, and someone opened a car door without looking. I couldn't stop in time and crashed into it.
That sounds scary. Were you hurt badly?
Thankfully, it wasn't too bad. Just a few scrapes and bruises, and this cut on my arm that needed a few stitches.
I'm glad it wasn't worse. Did you have to go to the hospital?
Yeah, I went to the emergency room to get checked out. They cleaned the wound, stitched it up, and made sure nothing was broken.
That's good. How's the pain now?
It's manageable. They gave me some painkillers, but I've only needed them a couple of times.
Was the driver helpful after the accident?
They were actually really apologetic. They stayed with me until the ambulance arrived and even offered to pay for the medical bills.
That's the least they could do. It's good that they took responsibility.
Yeah, it could have been worse if they hadn't stayed. I'll be more careful around parked cars from now on.
That's a smart idea. Take it easy for a while and let yourself heal.
Thanks, Alice. I appreciate that.
Anytime. If you need help with anything, let me know.
Will do. Thanks for checking in.
Hey Bryce, I heard you are going on a business trip next week. Where are you headed?
Yes, I am flying to New York for a conference. It is a big industry event, so I will be attending meetings and networking with clients.
That sounds exciting. How long will you be there?
Just for 3 days. I have a packed schedule with back-to-back meetings, but I hope to find some time to explore the city.
Are you presenting at the conference or just attending?
I am actually giving a presentation on the second day. I will be talking about our latest project and how it can help improve efficiency in the industry.
That is great. Have you finished preparing for it?
Almost. I have my slides ready, but I need to practice my speech a few more times.
I am sure you will do great. Do you have all your travel arrangements sorted out?
Yes, my flight and hotel are booked, and I have my itinerary planned. I just need to pack my bags.
That is good. Are you traveling alone, or is someone else from the team going with you?
I am traveling with Emily. We will be meeting some clients together after the conference.
Sounds like a busy trip. Do not forget to take some time to relax too.
I will try. I am looking forward to the conference, but I know it is going to be a hectic few days.
Well, safe travels. Let me know how it goes when you get back.
Thanks, Clover. I will definitely share my experience when I return.
Have you checked the flight status yet?
Yes, I did. It's on time, which is a relief. I was worried it might be delayed with all the weather issues lately.
That's good to hear. Do you have everything ready for security?
I think so. My liquids are in a clear bag, and I've got my laptop ready to take out. How about you?
Same here. I always double-check before getting in line to make it quicker. Are you checking in any luggage or just carry-on?
Just a carry-on this time. I wanted to avoid waiting at baggage claim. What about you?
I checked in a bag, but it's small. I didn't want to carry too much through the airport.
Makes sense. Do you usually get food before boarding or wait until you're on the plane?
I usually grab something here. The food on the plane can be hit or miss. There's a cafe near Gate 10 that has great sandwiches.
Good idea. I'll grab something there too. Are you planning to watch a movie or read during the flight?
Probably both. I downloaded a couple of movies and brought a book. What about you?
I have some work to catch up on, but I might watch a movie if I finish quickly.
Sounds like a good plan. How long is the layover at our next stop?
About 2 hours. Enough time to stretch our legs and maybe grab another snack.
Perfect. It's always nice to have a bit of downtime during a layover. Have you traveled through this airport before?
A couple of times. It's not too crowded and the signage is pretty clear. How about you?
This is my first time here, but it seems easy to navigate.
It is. Let's just keep an eye on the screens for any updates.
Agreed. This trip is off to a good start.
It definitely is. Let's make sure we don't miss the boarding call.
Case 1. No declarations. Good morning. May I see your passport and customs declaration form, please?
Good morning. Here you go.
Thank you. What is the purpose of your visit?
I'm here for vacation.
How long will you be staying?
2 weeks.
Do you have anything to declare?
No, I don't.
Are you carrying any restricted items such as fresh food, plants, or large sums of cash?
No, I'm not.
All right. Everything is in order. Enjoy your trip.
Thank you.
Case 2. With declarations. Good morning. May I see your passport and customs declaration form, please?
Good morning. Here you go.
Thank you. What is the purpose of your visit?
I'm here for a business conference.
How long will you be staying?
5 days.
Do you have anything to declare?
Yes, I do. I'm carrying some packaged food items as gifts.
What kind of food are you carrying?
It's dried tea and chocolates.
Are the items commercially packaged and sealed?
Yes, they are.
Thank you. These items are allowed. Are you carrying any restricted items such as fresh produce, plants, or large sums of cash?
No, I'm not.
Everything looks good. You're cleared to enter. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Oh, I can't believe our flight got canceled at the last minute. What are we supposed to do now?
I know, it's frustrating. Let's check with the airline desk and see if they can put us on the next available flight.
Good idea. I really hope they don't say it's overbooked. That happened to me once, and I had to wait an entire day for another flight.
That would be a nightmare. Also, I'm worried about our luggage. What if it doesn't get transferred properly?
Speaking of luggage, did you see that guy at baggage claim earlier? He was really upset because his luggage was lost. I hope that doesn't happen to us.
I always pack essentials in my carry-on just in case. But let's stay positive and hope our bags arrive with us.
You're right. Oh, and did you see the weather forecast? It looks like there's going to be a storm at our destination.
Seriously, first a flight cancellation and now bad weather. This trip is off to a rough start.
Tell me about it. Also, I just realized something. We didn't check if we need a visa for this country.
Wait, you're joking, right? You checked before booking the tickets, didn't you?
Oh, not really. I assumed we didn't need one. Let me Google it real quick.
Oh no, please don't tell me we need a visa on arrival.
Oh no, it says we should have applied for a visa in advance. What are we going to do?
Okay, don't panic. Let's go to the immigration desk and ask if there's anything we can do. Sometimes they allow visa on arrival for emergencies.
I really hope so. Otherwise, this trip might be over before it even starts.
First things first, let's sort out our flight, and then we'll deal with the visa situation.
Yeah, one problem at a time. Traveling is fun, but sometimes it's full of surprises.
Good morning. Welcome to City Rentals. How can I assist you today?
Good morning. I have a reservation for a rental car under the name Alex Carter.
Let me check that for you. One moment, please. Yes, I see your reservation here. You booked a mid-size sedan for 3 days. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Great. I just need your driver's license and a credit card for the security deposit. Thank you. Do you need any additional insurance coverage for the rental?
What does the basic insurance include?
The basic insurance covers collision damage but has a deductible. We also offer full coverage, which reduces your liability in case of an accident.
I think I'll stick with the basic coverage.
No problem. Would you like to add a child seat to your rental?
No, I won't need those.
All right. Here is your rental agreement. Please review the terms and sign at the bottom. Perfect. Your car is ready. It's a silver sedan parked in space number 12. The keys are inside and the fuel tank is full. Please return it with the same fuel level.
Got it. What time do I need to return the car?
Your rental period ends on Monday at 10 a.m. If you return it later, there may be an additional charge.
Understood. If I need to extend the rental, can I call ahead?
Yes, just give us a call and we can check availability for an extension.
Great. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Have a safe trip.
Good afternoon. How can I help you today?
Hi, I need to fill up my tank. Can you please fill it with regular unleaded gas?
Sure. Would you like a full tank or a specific amount?
A full tank, please.
Got it. While I'm filling up your car, would you like me to check your tire pressure or clean your windshield?
Yes, please check the tire pressure. That would be great.
Your tires are slightly low on air. Would you like me to add some?
Yes, please. Thank you for checking.
No problem. Everything else looks good. Your total comes to $48.
All right, I'll pay with my credit card.
You can insert your card into the machine over there.
Thanks for your help. Have a great day.
You're welcome. Drive safely.
Hi there. I do not think we have met before. I am Frankie.
Nice to meet you, Frankie. I am Remy. What do you do?
I work in digital marketing, specializing in social media strategy. How about you?
That sounds interesting. I am in software development, mainly working on mobile applications.
That is great. Mobile apps are becoming more essential in digital marketing. Have you worked on any projects related to that?
Yes, I recently helped develop an app that integrates marketing tools for small businesses. It helps them schedule posts and track engagement.
That sounds like something my team could use. Do you have a business card or LinkedIn profile?
Yes, here is my card. Feel free to connect with me.
Thank you. I will definitely reach out. By the way, are you attending any of the panel discussions today?
Yes, I am planning to join the one on future trends in AI. It should be interesting.
I am attending that too. Maybe we can sit together and discuss it afterward.
Sounds like a plan. It was great meeting you, Frankie.
Likewise, Remy. See you at the panel discussion.
James, have you gone through the financial report for this quarter?
Yes, I just finished. Let's start with the profit and loss statement.
Good idea. Revenue came in at $12 million, right?
Exactly. That's a 10% increase compared to last quarter.
Impressive growth, but expenses also increased.
Yes, operating expenses went up by 8%, mainly due to higher marketing spend.
Still, net profit rose to $2.5 million, up from $2.2 million.
Right. Profit margins are stable, which is a good sign.
Now, moving to the balance sheet. How's our asset position?
Total assets stand at $50 million. Cash and cash equivalents increased by $1 million.
That's solid. What about liabilities?
Liabilities are at $30 million. Debt levels are unchanged, which keeps our debt-to-equity ratio healthy.
So equity has grown slightly too.
Yes, shareholder equity is now $20 million, up from $19 million.
Great. Now let's look at the cash flow statement.
Cash flow from operations was strong at $4 million.
That's reassuring. And investing activities?
Negative $1.5 million since we purchased new equipment.
Makes sense. How about financing activities?
Negative $0.5 million due to dividend payments.
So overall net cash flow is positive $2 million.
Correct. That puts us in a comfortable liquidity position.
Perfect. To summarize, revenue growth is healthy, profit is stable, assets are strong, and cash flow is positive.
Yes, and our biggest watch point is controlling operating expenses going forward.
Absolutely. If we manage costs, we can boost profitability even more.
Agreed. This report shows a strong quarter with room for improvement.
Great. Let's finalize these points for the presentation.
Done. I think management will be pleased with these results.
Daniel, have you finished categorizing last month's expenses?
Almost. I've sorted them into fixed costs and variable costs.
Good. Can you remind me what counts as fixed costs again?
Sure. Fixed costs are expenses that don't change much, like rent, salaries, or insurance.
Right, and variable costs are the ones that depend on activity levels, like raw materials or utility bills.
Exactly. When production increases, variable costs usually go up.
That's helpful. What about office supplies? Would you put them under variable costs?
Yes, because they change depending on how much we use.
Makes sense. I noticed our travel expenses have gone up.
True. Business trips are important, but we should check if some meetings could be done online to reduce costs.
Good idea. Cutting unnecessary travel could save a lot.
Another big category is marketing. Did you see the campaign expenses?
Yes, they were higher than expected, but marketing is an investment. It can bring in more revenue.
Agreed. But we still need to track the return on investment to justify the spending.
Definitely. How about equipment maintenance, fixed or variable?
That's usually a fixed cost if it's a regular contract, but if repairs are unexpected, it can become variable.
Got it. And depreciation? That's always fixed, right?
Yes, depreciation is the gradual cost of using assets over time.
Okay, I'll make a note. Do you think we should present the report by category or department?
By category is clearer. It helps managers see where money is being spent.
Good point. And if managers see rising variable costs, they can take action faster.
Exactly. That's why separating expenses is so useful.
I'll also add a section about cost-saving recommendations.
Perfect. We could suggest energy-saving measures to reduce utility bills.
And negotiate better contracts with suppliers for raw materials.
Yes, and encourage employees to avoid unnecessary printing and paper use.
That's small, but those costs add up over time.
Absolutely. Every little saving helps improve profit margins.
Thanks, Daniel. I think this report will really help the team understand expenses and manage costs better.
I agree. Clear reporting is the first step towards smarter spending.
Hey James, you seem a little off today. Everything okay?
Honestly, I've been really stressed about money lately. My expenses are piling up, and I'm struggling to keep up with bills and loan payments.
I get it. The cost of living keeps going up, and inflation isn't making things any easier. Have you tried making a budget?
I have, but even with a budget, I still feel like I'm barely getting by. My income isn't enough to cover everything, and I've had to use my credit card more than I should. Now my credit score is suffering because of late payments.
That's tough. High interest rates on credit cards make it really hard to catch up. Have you considered talking to a financial advisor?
I thought about it, but I don't even know where to start. And with this recession, I don't feel very secure in my job either. I'm worried about potential layoffs.
I understand. A lot of people are feeling uncertain about their jobs. Maybe you could look into side gigs or freelance work to earn extra income?
That's a good idea. I used to do some graphic design on the side, but I haven't had time for it. Maybe I should pick it up again.
That could definitely help. Also, if you have high interest debt, you might want to check if you can refinance or consolidate your loans.
I'll look into it. I just want to get out of this cycle of debt and financial stress. I'm even afraid I might have to file for bankruptcy if things don't improve soon.
Bankruptcy is a big step, but sometimes it's necessary for a fresh start. If it comes to that, make sure you understand all the consequences and explore other options first.
Yeah, I'd rather avoid it if I can, but it's been hard keeping up with everything.
You will figure it out. It takes time, but small steps make a big difference. If you ever need to talk or plan things out, I'm here.
Thanks, Lisa. That really means a lot. I'll start making some changes and see if I can turn things around.
That's the spirit. You've got this.
Have you noticed how expensive everything seems to be getting lately?
Yes, I've been feeling it too. Prices for groceries, gas, and even rent have all gone up. Inflation is hitting hard right now.
It really is. I was reading that inflation is at its highest in years. It's affecting everyone's budget.
Definitely. I've had to cut back on a lot of things just to manage my expenses. How are you handling it?
I've been trying to plan meals better and avoid unnecessary spending. I also look for deals and discounts whenever I can.
That's smart. I've started doing more bulk shopping to save money in the long run. It's not always easy, though.
True. It's especially tough for people with fixed incomes. Their purchasing power decreases as prices rise.
Exactly. And it's not just individuals. Businesses are struggling too. Higher costs for materials and labor make it harder for them to stay competitive.
I've noticed that some local shops have had to increase their prices or even close down. It's really sad to see.
It is. I think it's also made me more aware of where I spend my money. I try to support small businesses when I can.
Same here. Do you think things will improve soon?
I hope so, but it depends on how governments and central banks handle the situation. Adjusting interest rates and addressing supply chain issues are big factors.
That makes sense. It's such a complex issue. I guess we'll just have to be patient and adapt as best we can.
Absolutely. In the meantime, we can focus on making smart financial decisions and supporting each other through it.
Agreed. It's a tough time, but conversations like this help me feel less alone in dealing with it.
Me too, Charlie. We'll get through it together.
Taylor, since we're presenting tomorrow, let's review economic growth and recession.
Good idea. So, how would you define economic growth in simple terms?
Economic growth is when a country's economy is expanding, usually measured by an increase in GDP.
Right. GDP stands for Gross Domestic Product, the total value of goods and services produced.
Exactly. When GDP grows, businesses often do well, jobs increase, and incomes rise.
People also tend to spend more during growth periods, which keeps the economy moving.
True, but growth can't last forever. That's where recession comes in.
A recession is when the economy shrinks for a certain period, usually 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth.
Yes, and during recessions, companies may cut costs, unemployment rises, and consumer spending falls.
Which creates a cycle. Less spending means businesses earn less, leading to more cuts.
Exactly. What do you think are common causes of recessions?
Several things: financial crisis, high inflation, sudden drops in demand, or even global events.
Like the pandemic a few years ago, that caused a worldwide slowdown.
Yes, but governments often step in with stimulus measures, like lowering interest rates or increasing public spending.
Those policies are meant to encourage borrowing, investing, and spending again.
And when confidence returns, growth usually picks up.
Another point we should mention is that moderate growth is healthier than rapid, unstable growth.
True, too much growth can cause inflation, where prices rise too quickly.
Exactly. And inflation reduces people's purchasing power, which can hurt the economy.
So it's all about balance, steady growth, manageable inflation, and sustainable policies.
Agreed. For our seminar, maybe we can use simple examples.
Like saying economic growth is when people are buying more houses and cars, while a recession is when fewer people can afford them.
Great idea. Relatable examples will make it easier for new employees to understand.
Should we also mention how recessions can create opportunities, like lower interest rates for investment?
Yes, that's important. Recessions aren't always just negative. They can reset the economy.
Perfect. I think we're ready to explain this clearly tomorrow.
Agreed. Growth and recession are opposites, but both are natural parts of the economic cycle.
Have you noticed how much more expensive groceries have gotten lately?
Yes. I bought the same basket of items I usually get, and it was nearly 20% more. That's inflation in action.
Exactly. Prices are rising across the board. I read it's because of a mix of supply chain issues and higher demand.
Yeah, and energy prices are playing a big role too. When fuel costs go up, it affects everything from transportation to food.
Right. I also saw something about tariffs making imported goods more expensive. That adds to inflation too.
Definitely. Tariffs can act like a tax on imports, so companies pass that extra cost onto consumers.
It's frustrating because our salaries haven't gone up at the same rate.
That's one of the worst parts. When inflation outpaces wage growth, people feel like they're falling behind.
I heard some experts say we might be heading into a recession. Do you think that's possible?
It could be. If inflation keeps rising and central banks raise interest rates too aggressively, it might slow the economy too much.
So basically, they're trying to reduce inflation by making borrowing more expensive.
Exactly. Higher interest rates can slow down spending and investment, which helps cool off inflation, but it can also hurt growth.
It's a tricky balance. I guess that's why central banks have such a hard job.
Totally. And if businesses start cutting back and laying off workers, that could trigger a recession.
It's kind of a vicious cycle, isn't it? Higher costs, slower spending, job losses.
Yep. And consumer confidence drops when people feel uncertain, which just makes the economy even slower.
I've started cutting back on eating out and shopping. Have you made any changes?
For sure. I've been sticking to essentials and trying to save more, just in case things get worse.
Smart move. I'm also thinking about how this affects investments, like what happens to the stock market during inflation and recession.
Usually, stocks get more volatile, and certain sectors, like tech, can be hit harder. Safe assets, like gold or bonds, often become more attractive.
Makes sense. I guess the best thing is to stay informed and be financially cautious.
Agreed. Understanding how inflation, tariffs, and recession interact helps us make better choices, even with everyday spending.
You look deep in thought, Taylor. What's on your mind?
I've been thinking about investment. I want to make smarter choices with my money, but it feels overwhelming.
That's understandable. Investment can seem complex, but at its core, it's about putting your money into something that has the potential to grow over time.
So, like stocks and real estate?
Exactly. Stocks, bonds, real estate, even starting a business, all are types of investments.
But isn't investing risky? What if I lose everything?
Risk is part of investing, but the key is balance. You want to diversify, which means spreading your money across different types of investments.
Right, so if one loses value, the others might still do okay.
Exactly. That reduces your overall risk.
I've heard of bonds, but don't really get them.
Bonds are like lending money to a company or government. In return, they pay you interest over time. They're usually less risky than stocks.
Got it. So stocks can grow faster, but bonds are safer.
Yes, and real estate is another option. Property can increase in value, and you can also earn rental income.
That sounds good, but it requires a lot of money up front, right?
True, which is why many people start with stocks or mutual funds.
What's a mutual fund?
It's basically a collection of investments, stocks, bonds, or both, managed by professionals. You buy shares in the fund, and they handle the rest.
That sounds less stressful than picking individual stocks.
Exactly. It's a great way for beginners to start.
How about retirement plans? Are they considered investments?
Absolutely. Retirement accounts often include a mix of stocks and bonds. They grow over time and provide long-term security.
I see. So the earlier I start, the better?
Yes, because of compound interest. That means your money earns interest, and then that interest earns even more interest.
So my money grows faster the longer I leave it invested?
That's the magic of compounding.
But how do I know where to start?
A good first step is setting clear goals. Do you want to save for retirement, buy a house, or just grow your wealth?
I think long-term security is my biggest goal.
Then you might look into retirement accounts and balanced funds. Start small, stay consistent, and keep learning along the way.
Thanks, Alex. This conversation really makes investment feel less intimidating.
Anytime. Remember, investing isn't about getting rich quickly. It's about building wealth steadily over time.
Wow, those numbers are moving so fast. Are you looking at the stock market?
Yeah, I check it every morning. It's kind of like my routine.
I've always wanted to understand how the stock market works. Can you explain it to me in simple terms?
Sure. Think of the stock market as a place where people buy and sell shares of companies. A share is basically a small piece of ownership in a company.
So if I buy a share, I actually own part of that company?
Exactly. It might be a very small part, but yes, you become a shareholder.
Interesting. And why do the prices keep changing all the time?
Prices change because of supply and demand. If more people want to buy a stock, the price goes up. If more people want to sell, the price goes down.
That sounds a bit like an auction.
That's a good way to put it. It's like a giant, constant auction happening every second.
Okay, but why do people buy stocks in the first place?
Mainly to make money. If you buy a stock at $50 and it goes up to $70, you can sell it and make a profit. Some companies also pay dividends, which are like small payments to shareholders.
Dividends. So it's like a reward for holding the stock?
Exactly. Not every company pays them, but many established ones do.
Got it. But isn't it risky? I've heard people lose a lot of money in the stock market.
You're right. It is risky because stock prices can drop. That's why people talk about diversification, spreading your money across different stocks or even bonds to reduce risk.
Bonds? How are they different?
A bond is like lending money to a company or government. They pay you back with interest. It's usually safer than stocks, but the returns are smaller.
So stocks are riskier but can give higher returns, and bonds are safer but with lower returns.
Exactly. That's why many investors use a mix of both.
What about things like the S&P 500 or Dow Jones? I hear those names in the news.
Those are stock indexes. They track the performance of a group of companies. For example, the S&P 500 follows 500 large US companies. It gives a snapshot of how the overall market is doing.
Oh, so when people say, the market is up today, they usually mean one of those indexes?
Exactly. It's a quick way to measure market health.
This is starting to make sense. But how do people actually buy stocks?
Through a brokerage account. These days, you can do it online with apps. You just create an account, add money, and start buying shares.
That sounds almost too easy.
True, but it's important to research before investing. A lot of beginners jump in without understanding the risks.
What kind of research should I do?
Look at a company's financial health, its competitors, industry trends, and even global events. For example, if oil prices rise, airline stocks might drop because their costs increase.
So world events can affect stock prices too?
Absolutely. Politics, natural disasters, even social media trends can move the market.
Wow, no wonder it feels unpredictable.
That's why some people focus on long-term investing instead of short-term trading. Over time, the market generally goes up.
Like a buy and hold strategy?
Exactly. It's less stressful than trying to predict daily movements.
Thanks, Liam. This was really helpful. I feel like I actually understand the stock market now.
Anytime. Just remember, start small, diversify, and think long-term.
Sounds like solid advice. Maybe I'll open a practice account first and try it out.
Great idea. That way, you can learn without risking real money right away.
Hey Daniel, I keep seeing the word dividends in your notes. What exactly does that mean?
Good question. A dividend is basically a payment that companies give to their shareholders, usually from their profits.
So if I own a company's stock, I might get paid just for holding it?
Exactly. Think of it like a reward for investing in the company.
That sounds nice. Does every company pay dividends?
Not at all. Some companies, especially newer or fast-growing ones, don't pay dividends. They reinvest their profits back into the business instead.
Oh, so it depends on the company's strategy.
Right. For example, big established companies like utility firms or banks often pay dividends regularly.
How do shareholders actually get the dividend? Do they send you a check?
These days, it usually goes straight into your brokerage account, either as cash or as additional shares if the company offers a dividend reinvestment plan.
A reinvestment plan? What's that?
It means instead of taking the cash, you can choose to automatically buy more shares with the dividend money.
Oh, so your investment grows without you having to add more money.
Exactly. That's called compounding. It can really boost your returns over time.
Nice. But how often are dividends paid?
Most companies pay quarterly, meaning 4 times a year, but some pay annually and a few even monthly.
Interesting. So, how do people know how much dividend they'll get?
Companies announce something called the dividend per share. For example, if a company pays $1 per share annually, and you own 50 shares, you'll get $50 in dividends for that year.
Got it. But what if the stock price goes down? Does the dividend change too?
Sometimes, yes. Dividends aren't guaranteed. If a company's profits fall, they might reduce or suspend dividends.
So it's not 100% safe income.
Exactly. That's why investors often look at something called the dividend yield.
Dividend yield?
It's a ratio that compares the dividend to the stock price. For example, if a stock costs $100 and pays $5 in annual dividends, the yield is 5%.
Oh, so higher yield means better returns?
Not always. Sometimes a very high yield can be a warning sign that the company is struggling.
Wow, there's a lot to think about.
Yeah, some investors prefer dividend stocks for steady income, while others focus on growth stocks that don't pay dividends but may increase in value.
So, it's really about your investment goals.
Exactly. If you want regular income, dividends are great. If you want growth, you might skip them.
Thanks, Daniel. This makes much more sense now.
No problem. Just remember, dividends can be a helpful way to build wealth, but they're only one piece of the bigger investing puzzle.
Ben, I keep hearing about interest rates going up. Why is everyone so concerned about it?
Good question. Interest rates are basically the cost of borrowing money.
So if I borrow money from the bank, I have to pay interest.
Exactly. The bank charges you a percentage of the loan amount, and that's the interest rate.
Okay, that makes sense. But who decides what the interest rate should be?
In most countries, the central bank sets a benchmark interest rate. In the U.S., for example, it's the Federal Reserve.
Oh, so when they raise rates, does everything get more expensive?
Kind of. When rates go up, loans, mortgages, and credit cards all become more expensive because you have to pay more interest.
Yikes. That doesn't sound good for people borrowing money.
True, but higher rates also encourage people to save money because savings accounts and bonds usually pay more interest when rates are high.
Oh, so it has two sides. Bad for borrowing, but good for saving.
Exactly. That's why interest rates are such a powerful tool for managing the economy.
How so?
If inflation is high, meaning prices are rising too fast, the central bank may raise interest rates to slow things down.
Because people borrow less and spend less?
Right. And if the economy is too slow, the central bank might lower interest rates to encourage borrowing and spending.
That's actually pretty smart. But how does this affect everyday people like us?
Well, think about mortgages. If you buy a house when rates are low, your monthly payment is cheaper. If rates rise, the same house costs more each month.
Wow, so timing really matters.
Definitely. The same goes for car loans, student loans, and even business loans.
What about the stock market? Does it react to interest rates too?
Absolutely. When rates go up, Borrowing costs for companies increase, which can hurt profits. That often makes stock prices fall.
Oh, so investors pay attention to interest rate changes too.
Yes, very closely. Interest rates can influence almost every part of the economy.
I see. But what about people who already have fixed loans, like a fixed rate mortgage?
If your loan is fixed, you don't feel the change right away. But if you have a variable rate loan, your payments can increase when rates go up.
That could be tough for families.
Exactly. That's why interest rate changes are always big news. They affect millions of people.
So let me sum this up. Higher rates mean more expensive borrowing but better savings, and lower rates mean cheaper borrowing but less incentive to save.
Perfect summary.
Thanks, Ben. I think I finally understand why interest rates are such a big deal.
Anytime, just remember, they may sound boring, but interest rates shape how we live, spend, and save.
Mark, look at that board. The exchange rates are changing all the time. What exactly is foreign exchange?
Foreign exchange, or forex, is the system of trading one country's currency for another.
So when I change my dollars into euros, that's foreign exchange?
Exactly. It happens every time people or businesses trade across borders.
Why do the rates keep changing?
Currency values are affected by supply and demand, just like stocks. They also react to things like interest rates, inflation, and economic news.
Interesting. So, is Forex only for travelers?
Not at all. Travelers use it, but big businesses, governments, and investors also trade in Forex. It's actually the largest financial market in the world.
Really? Larger than the stock market?
Yes, much larger. Trillions of dollars are traded every single day.
Wow. How do investors make money from Forex?
They try to buy currencies when they're low and sell them when they're high. For example, if you buy euros with dollars and later the euro gets stronger, you can sell back and earn a profit.
So it's kind of like betting on which currency will be stronger?
That's one way to put it, but it's not pure gambling. Successful traders study charts, economic indicators, and global events.
Can regular people trade Forex too?
Yes, there are online platforms that allow individuals to trade. But it's very risky because currency prices can move very quickly.
Sounds stressful. Is it more short-term or long-term?
Mostly short-term. Many traders open and close positions within the same day. That's called day trading.
Oh, I see. And what about exchange rates at the airport? They always seem expensive.
That's true. Airport kiosks often give worse rates because they charge higher fees. Banks or online exchanges usually have better rates.
Good tip. But why do some countries keep their currencies stable while others fluctuate?
Some countries let the market decide their currency's value, which is called a floating exchange rate. Others control or peg their currency to another one, like the US dollar.
So pegging makes it more stable?
Yes, but it also means the government has to constantly adjust things to keep it pegged.
This is fascinating. It's like the whole world is connected through money.
Exactly. Foreign exchange is essential for international trade, tourism, and investment.
Thanks, Mark. I feel like I finally understand what Forex is and why it matters.
Anytime. Just remember, it's powerful but also risky if you jump in without knowledge.
Don't worry. I think I'll stick to exchanging money for travel, not trading for profit.
Probably a wise choice.
Hey Ben, I've been trying to save more money lately, but it feels like I'm not making much progress. Do you have any tips?
I hear you. Saving can be tough, but I try to stick to a budget. Do you track your spending?
Not really. I just try not to overspend, but sometimes it's hard to keep track.
You should try a budgeting app. It makes it so much easier to see where your money goes. I started using one a few months ago, and it's been a game changer.
That's a good idea. Do you also invest, or are you focusing just on saving?
A bit of both. I put some money into a retirement account and a little into stocks. It's not much, but it's a start.
That's smart. I've been thinking about investing, but it feels a bit overwhelming. Where did you start?
I kept it simple. I started with index funds. They're low risk and easy to manage. It's all about starting small and being consistent.
Makes sense. I should look into that. By the way, do you ever spend money on things just for fun?
Of course. I set aside a small amount each month for guilt-free spending. It keeps me motivated to stick to my budget.
I like that idea. Saving doesn't have to mean no fun at all. Thanks for the advice, Ben. I feel more confident about managing my money now.
No problem, Sarah. Just remember, small steps add up over time. Let's check in a month and see how we're doing.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Hey Jake, are you looking at Bitcoin again?
Yeah, the price has been moving a lot today.
I've always been curious. What exactly is cryptocurrency?
Good question. Cryptocurrency is a type of digital money that uses cryptography for security.
So it's like money, but only online?
Exactly. It doesn't exist as physical coins or bills. It's all digital, stored in something called a blockchain.
Blockchain? I've heard that word before but don't really understand it.
A blockchain is like a public digital ledger. It records every transaction securely so no one can cheat the system.
Oh, so it's transparent and hard to fake.
Right. That's why people trust it, even though there's no bank controlling it.
Wait, so no bank or government is in charge of cryptocurrencies?
Exactly. They're decentralized, meaning no single authority controls them.
Interesting. But if there's no bank, how do you actually buy or use it?
You can buy cryptocurrency on an exchange platform, kind of like a stock exchange, but for digital coins. Then you keep it in a digital wallet.
A wallet? Like an app on your phone?
Yes, or even a hardware device. It stores your private keys, which are like passwords that let you access your coins.
Sounds high-tech.
But why do people buy cryptocurrencies?
Some see it as an investment, hoping the price goes up. Others use it to make transactions, especially across borders, since it's fast and doesn't need banks.
That sounds useful, but I've heard it's risky.
Very risky. Prices can go up or down really fast. That's why people call it volatile.
So it's not stable like normal money.
Exactly. Traditional currencies usually stay stable, but crypto can change value a lot in one day.
Do all cryptocurrencies work the same way?
Not exactly. Bitcoin is the first and most famous one, but there are thousands of others, like Ethereum, which also lets people build apps on its blockchain.
Oh, so it's more than just money? It can power apps too?
Yes, some cryptos are used for payments, some for smart contracts, and others for specific projects.
Fascinating. But can I use cryptocurrency to buy a coffee here?
Some caves accept it, but not many. It's still not widely used for everyday shopping.
I see. So right now it's more of an investment or a special payment method.
Exactly. It has potential, but it's still evolving.
Thanks, Jake. I feel like I finally understand the basics of cryptocurrency.
Anytime. Just remember, if you ever invest, start small and be careful.
David, I don't know where to start with this politics topic. It feels so complicated.
I get it. Politics can seem overwhelming, but at its core is about how decisions are made in a society.
So basically, it's the system of rules and decision-making.
Exactly. It covers governments, laws, policies, and the people who shape them.
I always hear the words left and right in politics. What do they mean?
Good question. Left usually refers to progressive ideas like social equality, while right often emphasizes tradition, free markets, and less government intervention.
Oh, so it's like two sides of how society should be run.
Yes, but remember, politics is not just left and right. There's a whole spectrum of beliefs in between.
Got it. And what about democracy? Everyone says it's important.
Democracy is a system where people choose their leaders through voting. It's based on the idea that citizens should have a voice in government.
That makes sense. But I've also heard about authoritarian governments. How is that different?
In authoritarian systems, power is held by a single leader or a small group, and people usually have little or no say.
So democracy gives people power, while authoritarianism takes it away.
Exactly. That's why freedom of speech, free press, and fair elections are so important in a democracy.
But politics seems to always involve conflict. Why can't everyone just agree?
Because people have different interests and values. Politics is often about balancing those differences through compromise.
I see. And political parties represent those different values, right?
Yes. Parties group people with similar ideas so they can push for policies they believe in.
Sometimes politics feels negative, though. Like just arguing.
True, but debate and discussion are healthy. They help societies test ideas and find solutions.
What about international politics? Is that just countries dealing with each other?
Exactly. It's called foreign policy, how nations interact, trade, and solve global issues like climate change or security.
So politics happens at local, national, and international levels.
Right. From city councils making local rules to world leaders meeting at summits, it's all politics.
That actually makes it less scary. It's just people deciding how to organize life.
Exactly. It's complicated, but understanding the basics makes it easier to follow the news and discussions.
Thanks, David. I think I'm ready to talk about politics in class now.
Glad to hear it. Just remember, politics is really about people, power, and choices.
That's a simple way to put it. I'll remember that. It feels like the world is falling apart. Every time I turn on the news, there's another crisis.
I know what you mean. Lately, it's been nonstop: wars, protests, economic struggles, and political instability. It's overwhelming.
The economy is a mess. Inflation is through the roof, and so many people have lost their jobs. Unemployment is at an all-time high.
Yeah, and with the economic crisis, businesses are shutting down, people can't afford basic necessities, and the government keeps making promises but doesn't deliver.
That's another thing, government failure. Instead of fixing problems, politicians are just arguing while nothing improves.
And let's not even start on corruption. So many leaders are more focused on their own wealth and power than actually helping people.
Exactly. And because of that, so many people are suffering. Just look at the refugee crisis. Thousands of families are fleeing their countries because of war or persecution, and they have nowhere to go.
And in some places, instead of welcoming them, governments are closing borders. It's heartbreaking. People just want a safe place to live.
Speaking of war, did you see what's happening overseas? Entire cities are being destroyed, and innocent people are caught in the middle.
Yeah, human rights violations are happening everywhere. Civilians are suffering, and international organizations are struggling to provide aid.
And what makes it worse is all the misinformation online. I don't even know what to believe anymore. There's fake news spreading so fast that it's hard to tell what's real.
That's a huge problem. Some people believe everything they see on social media without checking the facts. It just fuels division and makes it harder to fix real issues.
And that's why people are taking to the streets. Have you seen the protests happening lately? People are demanding change, but in some places, the government is cracking down hard.
Yeah, in some countries, protesting is dangerous. People are arrested just for speaking out. That's a serious violation of freedom of speech.
I wish there were easy solutions, but these issues are so complex. War, corruption, and economic struggles aren't things that can be fixed overnight.
True, but I still believe that people can make a difference. We have to stay informed, support organizations that help those in need, and vote for leaders who actually care about making change.
You're right. Even though things look bad, giving up isn't an option. We just have to keep pushing for a better future.
Exactly. Change takes time, but history has shown that when people come together, they can make a real impact.
Tom, I'm struggling with this section about government policies. How do they really affect businesses?
That's a good question. Government policies can shape the way businesses operate. They set the rules of the game.
Like taxes, right?
Exactly. Tax policy is one of the biggest ways. Higher taxes can reduce profits, while tax cuts can encourage businesses to invest.
So when governments lower taxes, businesses are usually happier.
Yes, because they have more money to expand, hire people, or develop new products.
What about regulations? I see that word a lot.
Regulations are rules businesses must follow. For example, safety standards, labor laws, or environmental protections.
So regulations protect people, but they can also increase costs for businesses.
Exactly. That's why there's often debate about whether regulations are too strict or too loose.
What about trade policies? Do they matter too?
Absolutely. Trade policies decide how easy or hard it is to do business with other countries. For example, tariffs make imports more expensive.
Oh, tariffs. So if a country puts tariffs on steel, companies that use steel will have to pay more?
Exactly, and that can raise the price of cars, appliances, and many other products.
I see. And what about subsidies? I've heard of those too.
Subsidies are financial support from the government to help businesses. For example, governments might give subsidies to farmers to keep food prices stable.
So subsidies are like a boost, while taxes take money away.
Yes, that's a simple way to put it.
How about monetary policy? Does that affect businesses too?
Definitely. Monetary policy involves interest rates and money supply. If interest rates are low, it's cheaper for businesses to borrow and grow.
And if rates go up, borrowing becomes expensive, right?
Exactly, and that can slow down business expansion.
What about government spending?
That's fiscal policy. When governments spend more on infrastructure like roads or railways, businesses benefit because it improves transportation and creates demand.
So basically, government policies can help businesses grow, but they can also make things harder.
Exactly. That's why businesses always pay attention to changes in policy.
And that's why our teacher keeps saying businesses and governments are connected.
Right. Governments set the environment, and businesses work within it.
Thanks, Tom. This makes so much more sense now.
No problem. Just remember, policies shape opportunities and challenges for every business.
Got it. I'll use that in my presentation.
James, did you see the report on climate change yesterday? It's so alarming how fast the planet is warming.
Yeah, I did. It's hard to ignore at this point. The extreme weather events lately are just one example of how serious it's getting.
Exactly. It makes me wonder if we're doing enough as individuals to help. Have you tried anything to reduce your carbon footprint?
I've started biking to work instead of driving, and I've cut down on single-use plastics. What about you?
That's great. I've been trying to recycle more and support local farmers to reduce food miles. Small changes, but I hope they make a difference.
Every little bit helps. But honestly, I feel like real change needs to come from governments and big corporations.
You're right. Policies and regulations have such a huge impact. Have you heard about the renewable energy initiatives some countries are adopting?
Yes, and they're really promising. Switching to solar and wind power could make a huge difference in reducing emissions.
I agree. But then there's also the issue of water scarcity. I read that millions of people still don't have access to clean drinking water.
That's heartbreaking. It's a reminder of how interconnected global issues are. Climate, resources, inequality, it's all linked.
Exactly. I think awareness is key. The more we talk about these issues, the more people will feel inspired to act.
Absolutely. It's up to us to stay informed and do what we can, while also pushing for systemic change.
Agreed. Let's keep these conversations going. It's one small step toward making a difference.
Did you see the news about the rising sea levels?
Yeah, it's alarming. They said some coastal cities could be underwater in a few decades if things don't change.
It's hard to wrap your head around how quickly this is happening. Scientists have been warning us for years, but it feels like the changes are getting more intense.
Exactly. The heat waves, wildfires, and storms we've been experiencing seem worse every year. It's like climate change is no longer a distant problem, it's here.
I agree. It's frustrating that some people still don't take it seriously. The evidence is everywhere.
What do you think can be done to slow it down?
For starters, governments need to invest more in renewable energy, like wind and solar power. Reducing carbon emissions is key.
True. I've been trying to make small changes, like using public transport and cutting back on single-use plastics.
That's great. Every little bit helps. But we also need big policy changes to make a real difference.
I heard about some countries pledging to become carbon neutral by 2050. That's promising, but I wonder if it's enough.
I think it's a step in the right direction, but we need action sooner rather than later. Waiting decades might be too late for some regions.
It's such a big issue. Sometimes it feels overwhelming, but I try to stay hopeful.
Same here. I think if enough people get involved and push for change, we can make a difference.
Agreed. Education and awareness are so important. The more people understand the problem, the more likely they are to act.
Absolutely. Thanks for chatting about this, Taylor. It feels good to talk about it and share ideas.
Likewise, Jordan. Let's keep the conversation going and do what we can.
Michael, have you finished reviewing the new employee satisfaction survey results?
Yes, I went through them this morning. The overall feedback looks positive, but there are some concerns we should address.
I thought so too. What stood out to you the most?
Work-life balance was mentioned several times. Some employees feel they're working too many overtime hours.
That's definitely important. Maybe we need to remind managers about monitoring workloads.
Agreed. Another thing was career development. Employees want more training and growth opportunities.
That's good feedback. We can suggest new workshops or online courses.
Yes, and maybe update our mentorship program. A few employees said they'd like to learn directly from senior staff.
That's a great idea. On another note, did you see the comments about communication?
Yes, some employees feel they don't always know about policy changes until the last minute.
We should improve our internal communication. Maybe a monthly HR newsletter.
I like that. It could cover policy updates, training opportunities, and even celebrate employee achievements.
That would also help boost engagement. Recognition goes a long way.
Speaking of recognition, a few employees suggested an Employee of the Month program.
That could be motivating, but we need to make sure it's fair and transparent.
Absolutely. Criteria should be clear, and managers should nominate based on measurable contributions.
What about diversity and inclusion? Was that mentioned?
Yes, actually. Some employees suggested more cultural awareness events and inclusive team-building activities.
That aligns with our HR goals. We should bring that up in the meeting.
Definitely. Now, what about the performance review process? I noticed mixed feedback.
Right. Some employees feel the reviews are too general and not specific enough.
Maybe we can train managers to give more constructive and actionable feedback.
Good point. Clear feedback helps employees know where to improve and grow.
So, to summarize, the key issues are work-life balance, career development, communication, recognition, and diversity.
Yes, and our role is to recommend solutions that support both employees and management.
Exactly.
HR is really about building a positive workplace culture.
Well said. Let's prepare these points for the meeting.
Agreed. With clear action steps, we can really make an impact.
John, have you finished compiling the sales numbers for this month?
Almost. I just need to double-check the figures for our top clients.
Good idea. Accuracy is key. How do the numbers look overall?
We're slightly above target, about 5% higher than last month.
That's great news. Any idea what contributed to the increase?
Yes, mainly the new promotion we ran on our software packages.
Right? The discount campaign. Did it attract many new customers?
It did, but more importantly, it encouraged existing customers to upgrade.
That's a smart strategy. Upselling is just as valuable as new sales.
Exactly, but I noticed that our customer response time has slowed down.
Oh, that's not good. Quick follow-ups are critical in sales.
I agree. Maybe we need better coordination with the support team.
Yes, teamwork makes a big difference. What about client feedback?
Some clients mentioned they'd like more personalized product demos.
That makes sense. A generic pitch doesn't always work.
True. Each client has different needs, so tailoring our approach helps.
Speaking of approach, have you updated the sales pipeline?
Yes, I updated it this morning. Most leads are in the negotiation stage.
That's good progress. How's our conversion rate looking?
Around 25%. Not bad, but we could push it higher.
Maybe we should provide more training on handling objections.
Great idea. Objection handling is one of the toughest parts of sales.
Definitely. What about next month's goal?
Management said a 10% increase compared to this month.
That's ambitious, but achievable if we focus on high potential leads.
Agreed. And maybe introduce another promotion to keep momentum.
Good plan. Let's prepare a proposal for the team meeting tomorrow.
Perfect. With clear strategies, we'll be ready to hit that target.
Daniel, have you reviewed the draft of our new marketing plan?
Yes, I went through it last night. I think it's a strong start, but we should refine some parts.
I agree. Let's start with the target audience.
Do you think we've defined it clearly enough?
We've done a good job identifying the age range, but we need more detail on their interests and online behavior.
Good point. That will help us personalize our ads more effectively.
Exactly. People respond better when content feels tailored to them.
What about the channels we've chosen? Social media, email, and search ads. Do you think that's enough?
For awareness, yes. But maybe we should also add influencer marketing. It can give us extra reach.
That's true. Influencers can connect with niche audiences in a more authentic way.
Right. But we should be careful to choose influencers who match our brand values.
Agreed. Now, about the content strategy. Do we have the right balance of blog posts, videos, and graphics?
I think we need more video content. Short, engaging clips tend to perform better on social media.
Yes, especially since most people scroll quickly. Videos grab attention fast.
Exactly. And we should also think about using interactive content, like polls or quizzes.
That's a great idea. Interactive content keeps people engaged longer.
How about email marketing? Do we have a clear plan for segmentation?
Not yet. We need to group subscribers by their past behavior, like purchase history or interests.
That would make our messages more relevant and increase click-through rates.
Definitely. And what about KPIs?
Have we set the right metrics?
We listed impressions, clicks, and conversions, but I think we should also track engagement rate.
Good catch. Engagement shows how meaningful the interaction is, not just numbers.
Exactly. Also, we need a timeline for rolling out each stage of the campaign.
I'll draft one today so we can present it to the manager tomorrow.
Perfect. Once we finalize the plan, we can start preparing the content calendar.
Sounds good. I feel confident this campaign will be a success.
Me too. With the right strategy and execution, we'll hit our goals.
Mark, have you checked the draft of the quarterly financial report?
Yes, I went through it this morning. The revenue looks strong, but expenses are a bit higher than expected.
I noticed that too. Do you know what drove the increase?
Mainly higher operating costs, things like utilities and raw materials.
That makes sense. Inflation is affecting our suppliers.
Exactly. On the positive side, our sales revenue grew by 12%.
That's a good sign. How about net profit?
Net profit is up 6%, but it could have been higher without the extra costs.
True. Maybe we should present a cost control strategy to management.
I agree. Reducing unnecessary expenses would improve profitability.
What about cash flow? Is it stable?
Yes, our cash flow from operations is strong, which is reassuring.
Good. Investors always look closely at cash flow.
Speaking of investors, dividends remain steady this quarter.
That's important. Consistent dividends build shareholder trust.
Absolutely. Now, what about our debt ratio?
It's slightly higher than last quarter, but still within a safe range.
That's manageable. As long as we keep interest payments under control, it's fine.
Did you check the return on investment for the new project?
Yes, the ROI is around 15%, which is above average.
That's great. It shows the project is adding real value.
Exactly. We should highlight that in our presentation.
Agreed. What about budget forecasting for next quarter?
I've projected a 10% increase in sales, assuming market conditions stay stable.
That's optimistic, but achievable if we keep expenses in line.
Right. And we should also set aside funds for unexpected costs.
Definitely. A financial cushion reduces risk.
So, to sum up, revenue growth is strong, costs are rising, but profitability remains positive.
Yes, and our role is to give management a clear picture of risks and opportunities.
Exactly. Finance is all about balancing growth and stability.
Well said. Let's finalize the report and prepare for the meeting.
Sounds good. I'll polish the numbers, and you can refine the summary.
Kevin, did you check the server status this morning?
Yes, all systems are running, but the database server was a little slow.
That's not good. Did you find out why?
It looks like a heavy load from multiple report queries at the same time.
Ah, probably from the finance team. They usually generate reports on Mondays.
Exactly. I think we should optimize those queries and maybe schedule them at different times.
Good idea. What about the security patches? Did you install them on all servers?
Almost. The application server updates are done, but I still need to finish the test environment.
Let's prioritize that today. We don't want any vulnerabilities left open.
Agreed. Speaking of security, did you see the new phishing attempts reported by staff?
Yes, 3 employees clicked suspicious links last week. We need to schedule another awareness training.
Absolutely. Cybersecurity training should be regular, not just once a year.
Right. Now, how are we doing with the help desk tickets?
We've cleared about 80%, but the remaining ones are mostly password resets and software installations.
Password resets again. Maybe it's time to implement self-service password recovery.
That would save us a lot of time. I'll research the options.
Perfect. And what about the new laptops for the sales team?
They've been ordered. Delivery should be this week, and then we'll set them up.
Great. Remember to preload the sales apps and set up secure VPN access.
Of course, I'll also document the setup so it's easier next time.
Good thinking. Documentation makes onboarding smoother for new employees too.
Exactly. On that note, should we also update the IT policy manual?
Yes, especially with remote work becoming more common. We need clearer rules on device use and data security.
I'll draft an update and send it for review.
Thanks. Lastly, let's not forget about system monitoring. Did you check the alerts from last night?
Yes, just a couple of minor warnings, nothing critical.
Good. Still, it's important to keep an eye on trends before small issues become big problems.
Absolutely. Prevention is always better than fixing after a crash.
Couldn't agree more. Let's finalize these tasks so we're ready for the weekly IT meeting tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan. I'll handle the patching, and you take the training schedule.
Deal. With good coordination, we'll stay ahead of the issues.
Michael, have you reviewed the latest workflow data from last week?
Yes, I did. The production line is running smoothly, but there are still some delays in packaging.
I noticed that too. Do we know what's causing the delays?
Mostly staffing shortages. A few people were absent and shifts weren't fully covered.
That explains it. Maybe we should adjust the shift schedule to balance workloads.
Good idea. We could also consider cross-training employees so they can cover multiple tasks.
Exactly. That improves flexibility. What about inventory levels?
Inventory is stable overall, but raw materials for product B are running low.
Did you already place a new order?
Yes, but delivery is delayed because of supply chain issues.
That's becoming a trend. We should identify backup suppliers?
I agree. Relying on a single supplier is risky.
Absolutely.
Now, how about quality control reports?
Quality scores improved this month, fewer defects compared to last quarter.
That's great news.
What did we change?
The training program for machine operators really helped reduce errors.
Perfect. It shows investment in training pays off.
Yes, but we also need to maintain equipment more regularly.
Preventive maintenance is always better than fixing breakdowns.
True. Speaking of efficiency, have you looked at the delivery timelines?
Yes, most shipments were on time, but a few missed the deadline.
Was that due to transportation issues?
Exactly. One of the trucks broke down, and backup vehicles weren't available.
We should look into renting emergency vehicles when that happens.
Good suggestion. And what about customer feedback?
Customers are happy overall, but a few mentioned delays in order tracking updates.
Let's coordinate with it to improve the tracking system.
Agreed. Real-time updates would improve customer satisfaction.
So, to sum up, we need to adjust shifts, secure backup suppliers, and improve tracking.
Yes, and also continue training and regular maintenance.
Sounds like a plan. Let's prepare this summary for the weekly meeting.
Perfect. With these actions, our operations will keep running smoothly.
David, have you gone through the customer feedback from last week?
Yes, I did. Most of it is positive, but there are some recurring issues.
What kind of issues are customers mentioning the most?
Long wait times when calling our helpline. Some said they waited over 10 minutes.
That's definitely something we need to fix. Maybe we should add more agents during peak hours.
Agreed. We should also consider training agents to handle calls more efficiently.
Good point. Did you notice anything else in the feedback?
Yes, a few customers said our email responses felt too generic.
That can be frustrating. We need to personalize responses so customers feel valued.
Exactly. Even small changes like using the customer's name and referencing their issue can make a big difference.
How about chat support? Are we getting more traffic there?
Yes, chat volume increased by 20%. Customers like the quick responses.
That's great, but we need to make sure the answers are accurate, not just fast.
Absolutely. We could prepare a knowledge base with clear answers for common questions.
Great idea. It will help agents and improve consistency.
Speaking of consistency, some customers complained about being transferred too many times.
That usually happens when agents don't have the right information. We should provide more training on product knowledge.
Yes, product training will reduce transfers and improve first call resolution.
Did you look at the customer satisfaction scores?
Yes, they're around 82%. Not bad, but our target is 90%.
We can get there if we focus on speed, personalization, and better training.
Agreed. What about the complaints team? Are they handling cases well?
They're resolving cases, but follow-ups are sometimes delayed. Customers don't like waiting for updates.
Maybe we should set a policy to update customers within 24 hours, even if there's no final solution yet.
That's a great idea. It shows customers that we're working on it.
Exactly. Communication is key in customer service.
So, to sum up, reduce wait times, personalize responses, improve training, and strengthen follow-ups.
Yes, if we implement these steps, our satisfaction scores will definitely rise.
Perfect. Let's prepare this action plan for the department meeting tomorrow.
Sounds good. With teamwork, we can really improve customer experience.
Mark, have you reviewed the draft contract for the new supplier?
Yes, I went through it yesterday. There are a few clauses we need to adjust.
Which ones stood out to you?
The liability clause is too vague. It doesn't clearly state who is responsible in case of delays.
The catch. We should make sure liability is defined properly.
Exactly. I also noticed the confidentiality clause is missing details about data protection.
That's a problem, especially with stricter data privacy laws now.
Right. We'll need to include GDPR compliance since the supplier operates in Europe.
Agreed. What about the payment terms?
They're set at 90 days, which might not be favorable for us.
Yes, we usually aim for 30 to 60 days. Let's renegotiate that.
I'll make a note. Did you also review the non-compete clause?
Yes, it's too restrictive. It could discourage the supplier from working with us.
True. We should narrow it down to direct competitors only.
That would make it fairer. What about compliance risks overall?
So far, the biggest risks are around intellectual property and data security.
Then we should add stronger IP protection language.
Absolutely. And we also need to confirm how disputes will be resolved.
Arbitration or court?
The draft says arbitration, but it doesn't specify the jurisdiction.
Let's recommend arbitration in a neutral location, like Singapore.
Good idea. It keeps things balanced.
How about regulatory requirements?
We need to make sure the supplier complies with anti-bribery and labor laws.
Yes, we should add a compliance clause covering those obligations.
I'll draft the updates and send them to you for review.
Perfect. Once we finalize this, we can brief the client.
Sounds good. With these changes, the contract will be much stronger.
Agreed. Clear language reduces risks for everyone involved.
Daniel, have you checked the latest test results from the prototype?
Yes, I went through them this morning. The performance has improved, but the durability is still an issue.
What exactly is happening with durability?
After 200 hours of use, the material starts showing small cracks.
That's concerning. Did the engineering team suggest alternatives?
They recommended a composite material that's stronger but slightly more expensive.
Cost is always a factor. Do we know how much more it would add?
Roughly 5% to the overall production cost.
That's not too bad if it significantly improves durability.
True. We'll need to run more stress tests to confirm.
Agreed. How are we doing with the energy efficiency targets?
Better than expected. Efficiency increased by 12% compared to the last version.
That's excellent. It gives us a strong solidific point.
Yes, but the design team wants to make the product smaller, which might affect efficiency.
Right, there's always a trade-off between size and performance.
Exactly. We need to find the balance customers want.
Have we gathered feedback from the pilot group yet?
Some initial feedback came in. Users love the functionality, but think the interface could be simpler.
Then we should collaborate with the UX team to refine it.
Absolutely. Also, did you see the competitor's new release?
Yes, their product is faster, but has lower battery life.
That could work in our favor if we market our efficiency well.
Definitely. What's the timeline for our next prototype round?
We're aiming for 6 weeks, but it depends on material delivery.
Let's secure the new materials as soon as possible.
I'll contact suppliers today and check lead times.
Perfect. If we manage costs, improve durability, and refine the design, we'll have a real market advantage.
I agree. With focused R&D efforts, we can stay ahead of the competition.
Great. Let's finalize these action items and prepare for the project review meeting tomorrow.
Sounds good. With a clear plan, we'll be ready to present strong progress.
Jordan, have you thought more about what makes our startup different?
Yes, I think our focus on sustainability gives us an edge.
True. Customers really care about eco-friendly solutions now.
Exactly. Innovation doesn't just mean new tech, it also means solving real problems.
I agree. But how do we make sure our idea is scalable?
That's the big challenge. We need a business model that works long term.
Right. Have you sketched out a revenue model yet?
I've drafted a subscription plan, but we should test it with users.
Good idea. Customer feedback is critical in early stages.
Yes, that's why startups often build MVPs, minimum viable products.
So we launch a simple version first, then improve based on feedback.
Exactly. That way we avoid spending too much upfront.
What about funding? Have you thought about how to raise capital?
We could start with bootstrapping, then pitch to angel investors later.
Bootstrapping is safe, but investors could help us grow faster.
True, but investors also expect quick returns. We need balance.
Another challenge is competition. The market is crowded.
That's why differentiation is key. We need a strong value proposition.
Something that clearly tells customers why they should choose us.
Exactly. And branding will play a big role in that.
Do you think we should start with local markets or go global?
Local first. It's easier to manage and adapt quickly.
Makes sense. Once we have traction, we can expand.
Yes, traction will also make investors more confident in us.
So, to summarize, focus on sustainability, build an MVP, test with users, then look at funding.
Perfect. If we stay flexible and innovative, we'll be in a strong position.
Great. Let's turn this outline into an action plan and get started.
Agreed. The sooner we act, the faster we'll learn and grow.
David, have you reviewed the details of the merger proposal?
Yes, I went through them last night. It's a merger of equals, right?
Exactly. Both companies are similar in size and value.
That usually makes integration smoother, but there are still risks.
True. One major issue is cultural differences between the two firms.
Yes, culture clashes can cause employee dissatisfaction and turnover.
We'll need a strong integration plan to avoid that.
Agreed. What about the financial side?
The acquisition premium is set at 20%. Do you think that's fair?
It's on the higher end, but investors often expect it.
Right. Paying a premium can secure shareholder approval.
Still, we have to make sure the synergies justify the cost.
Exactly. Cost savings from shared operations are estimated at $50 million annually.
That's a solid figure. Did they also calculate revenue synergies?
Yes, cross-selling opportunities could add another $30 million.
Impressive. But integration expenses will eat into those benefits at first.
Good point. Upfront costs are projected at $15 million.
That seems manageable if long-term gains are realized.
Agreed. How about regulatory approval?
Since both companies are mid-sized, antitrust concerns should be minimal.
That's reassuring. Do you think employees will support the deal?
Many will worry about redundancies, especially in overlapping roles.
True. Clear communication will be critical to ease concerns.
Absolutely. Transparency during mergers builds trust.
So, our main focus should be culture integration, synergy realization, and communication.
Perfect. If we highlight those points, our presentation will be strong.
Great. Let's organize the slides and finalize the talking points.
On it. This merger could really strengthen the company if managed well.
Hey, Mia, did you see the announcement about the new AI-powered search engine?
Yeah, I read a bit about it. It's supposed to make finding information faster and more accurate. Sounds cool, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I've been thinking about how AI is changing everything lately, from work to daily life.
Totally agree. Even at work, our project management tools now have AI features to automate tasks. It's a huge time saver.
I know. I love how it suggests deadlines based on past projects. It's like having a virtual assistant.
True, but I still wonder how secure all this data is. You know, with so much reliance on tech, cybersecurity feels more important than ever.
Good point. I read that some companies are using blockchain for better security. Have you looked into that?
A little bit. It's fascinating how it works, keeping data decentralized and almost impossible to hack. It could be a game changer.
For sure. Speaking of game changers, did you hear about the new foldable laptops?
Oh yes, the concept is amazing. It's like having a tablet and a laptop in one device. I'd love to try one.
Same here. Tech is evolving so fast. It's exciting, but hard to keep up sometimes.
No kidding. But I guess that's part of the fun, right? There's always something new to explore.
Exactly. Let's catch up next time and share what we've discovered.
Sounds good. I'll keep an eye out for the latest tech news.
Hey Morgan, I wanted to ask you about the project management tool you mentioned the other day. Which one do you use?
Oh, I use Trello for organizing tasks. It is really helpful for tracking progress with visual boards. Are you looking for something similar?
Yes, I need something to manage multiple tasks and collaborate with the team. Does Trello allow team members to comment and assign tasks?
Yes, you can create boards, add tasks as cards, assign them to people, and even set due dates. It is simple but effective.
That sounds great. Have you used Asana before? I heard it is also good for project management.
Yes, I have tried it. Asana has more features than Trello, especially for larger teams. You can set project timelines and automate workflows.
That might be useful for our team. What about communication tools? Right now, we mostly use email, but it is not always efficient.
I agree. Slack is a great alternative. It keeps conversations organized in different channels, and you can integrate it with other tools like Google Drive and Zoom.
That sounds useful. Sometimes email chains get too long, and it is hard to keep track of discussions. Does Slack support video calls?
Yes, it does. But for larger meetings, Zoom or Microsoft Teams is a better option. Teams is great if you are using Microsoft Office apps frequently.
That makes sense. I have also been looking for a good design tool. Our marketing team needs something easy to use for graphics.
You should try Canva. It is very beginner-friendly and has a lot of templates. If they need more advanced features, Adobe Photoshop is the way to go.
I have used Canva a little. I will check out Photoshop too. What about coding tools? Do you have a favorite code editor?
Yes, I use Visual Studio Code. It has great extensions and works with multiple programming languages. Some of my teammates prefer PyCharm for Python projects.
I have heard good things about both. I will try Visual Studio Code first since it seems flexible.
Good choice. If you need any help setting it up, let me know.
Thanks, Morgan. This was really helpful. I will test out some of these tools and see which ones work best for my workflow.
No problem. Let me know if you need recommendations for anything else.
Taylor, have you noticed how many teams are starting to use AI tools?
Definitely. It's changing the way we work across departments.
For example, the customer service team now uses chatbots.
Yes, and those bots can handle simple questions 24/7.
That saves human agents from more complex issues.
Exactly. It improves efficiency and customer satisfaction at the same time.
What about HR? They're also experimenting with AI.
Right. They use AI to screen resumes and identify strong candidates faster.
That helps cut down the time spent on hiring.
True. But some people worry it could overlook good applicants.
That's why human review is still necessary. AI should support, not replace.
Well said. In finance, AI helps detect fraud by spotting unusual transactions.
That's a big benefit, something humans might miss.
And in operations, predictive maintenance uses AI to prevent equipment breakdowns.
So instead of fixing problems after they happen, we fix them before.
Exactly. It reduces downtime and saves money.
But there are challenges too, like data privacy.
Yes, AI systems need access to a lot of data, which must be protected.
Another concern is job security. Some employees fear automation will replace them.
That's why training and reskilling are so important.
Agreed. If people learn to work alongside AI, it becomes a tool, not a threat.
I like that perspective. Humans plus AI, not humans versus AI.
Plus, AI can handle repetitive tasks, leaving us to focus on creativity.
Exactly. The key is balance, using AI wisely.
So, for our presentation, we should highlight benefits, risks, and best practices.
Perfect. That will show both sides and help our colleagues feel more confident about AI in the workplace.
It's so good to see you again, James. How have you been feeling lately?
Thanks, Sarah. I've been feeling pretty happy recently, actually. Work's going well, and I've been spending more time with family. How about you?
That's awesome. I've been feeling a bit nervous with all the changes at work. I'm adjusting to a new role, and it's been a little overwhelming.
I can understand that. Starting something new can definitely make you feel anxious. Have you had a chance to take a step back and relax a bit?
A little, but I've been so busy. I guess I haven't had much time to really calm down. How do you stay calm when you're stressed?
For me, I like to take walks or just sit quietly for a few minutes. It helps me gather my thoughts and focus. I also find that deep breathing really helps. It's simple, but it works.
That's a good idea. I should try that. I've also been feeling a bit down lately, especially when I think about how much there is to do. It's like I can't shake this feeling of being overwhelmed.
I get that. It's tough when everything piles up at once. But remember, it's okay to feel that way sometimes. It's normal. What helps me is breaking things down into smaller tasks so it feels less overwhelming.
That's a good point. I've been letting the big picture stress me out, but focusing on one thing at a time might help. I'm also excited about an upcoming vacation, so I'm trying to keep my focus on that to stay positive.
I can see why that's exciting. A little break can really help reset your mood. It's great that you're looking forward to it. What are you planning to do during the vacation?
I'm planning to go hiking in the mountains. It's been a while since I've had some time away from work, and I'm really looking forward to just being in nature.
That sounds perfect. I think being in nature can really help with feeling more peaceful and centered. You'll come back refreshed, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I need. Honestly, it's just hard for me to let go of the worries when I'm so used to being busy. I'm also worried about leaving my team behind while I'm gone.
I totally understand that. It's tough to disconnect when you feel responsible for everything. But you've earned this time off, and you'll be able to recharge. Your team will manage, and you can come back stronger.
You're right. I guess I'm just being too hard on myself. I need to focus on the fact that I'm doing what I can and that it's okay to take a break. I really want to come back feeling confident and ready to tackle everything again.
Absolutely. Confidence comes from taking care of yourself, too. You'll be more productive and balanced when you give yourself that time. Plus, the people around you will appreciate it when you're in a better headspace.
That makes sense. I think I just get stuck in these cycles where I feel like I should always be on the go, but I know that rest is important. It's about finding that balance.
Exactly. It's all about balance. When we take time to reset, we're actually more productive in the long run. And don't forget to be kind to yourself along the way.
You're right, James. I feel so much better after talking about this. Thanks for helping me see things more clearly.
Anytime, Sarah. It's always good to talk things through. Just remember to keep breathing, stay positive, and enjoy your vacation. You've got this.
Thanks again. I'm really looking forward to it now. I think I'm finally starting to feel more at peace with everything.
That's the spirit. You'll be refreshed, and I know you'll come back even stronger.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for the support, James. I'm really glad we had this conversation.
Have you met the new guy in the team, Tom?
Yes, I did. He seems really friendly, always smiling and engaging with everyone.
Yeah, he's definitely outgoing. I think he's going to fit in well.
I agree, but did you notice how polite he is? He always says please and thank you. It's refreshing.
I know. It makes such a difference. Not everyone has that level of courtesy nowadays.
True, some people can be so rude. I've worked with people who barely acknowledge you.
That's the worst. It can really affect the atmosphere at work.
Exactly. I feel like Tom's behavior is just so much more pleasant in comparison.
He also seems generous. The other day, he bought lunch for the whole team.
That's really kind of him. It's always nice to see people who are generous, especially at work.
Yeah, it makes such a difference. Unfortunately, I've worked with a few selfish people who only look out for themselves.
Oh, I know what you mean. Some people can be so focused on their own needs that they don't care about others.
Exactly. It's exhausting to work with people who don't pitch in or help out when needed.
That's why it's great to have Tom around. His attitude is much more collaborative.
I completely agree. It's important to feel like you're part of a team, not just working beside people who are indifferent.
Tom seems to be really honest too. When he has an issue, he's open about it, but always respectful in how he addresses things.
That's another great point. Honesty is crucial, but you need to be careful not to come off as rude or harsh.
Exactly. No one likes a person who's constantly complaining or being negative.
And you know, Tom's humility stands out as well. He's not arrogant, even though he's clearly competent.
That's refreshing, isn't it? Some people think that if they're good at something, they have to be arrogant to show it off.
Totally. Tom seems confident without feeling the need to boast. It's a good balance.
And even when he's stressed or dealing with something difficult, he remains calm. It's admirable.
I've noticed that too. He doesn't let stress affect his work or interactions. He stays level-headed.
That's a sign of emotional maturity. It helps to have someone like that in the team.
I feel like his positive attitude is contagious. It makes me want to be more mindful about my own approach to work.
It's great how one person's positive behavior can influence the whole team. I think he's going to be a real asset.
I couldn't agree more. His approach to teamwork and communication is exactly what we need around here.
I'm looking forward to seeing how he handles more challenging situations, but for now, I'm impressed.
Same here. If he keeps this up, he's going to be a great fit for the team.
So we need to consider everyone's personal character when assigning roles for this project. It's important to have a mix of strengths. What do you think of Sarah?
Sarah? She's definitely a positive influence. She's always encouraging, and her optimism makes the team feel motivated. She's very emotionally supportive, which is key in a group setting.
I agree, she has such a positive attitude. But I noticed she can sometimes be a little too optimistic, which makes her underestimate challenges. That can be a bit of a negative trait when we're working on complex tasks.
That's true, but I think her enthusiasm can balance out the more cautious team members. How about Mark? He's a bit more reserved but seems reliable.
Mark's a solid team member. He's very dependable, which is a great emotional trait. But he can be a bit too introverted sometimes, especially when we need someone to lead a brainstorming session or spark some creativity.
Yes, he's not the most social when it comes to group discussions. But his focus and practical mindset help keep things grounded. We might just need to encourage him to speak up more. What about Lucy? She's always on top of things, but she tends to be a little critical.
Lucy is very detail-oriented and has high standards, which is great for quality control, but yes, she can be a bit harsh at times. Her critical nature might discourage some of the team members. She can also be a bit impatient when things don't go as planned.
I agree. She's definitely more driven by results than by the process, which can lead to frustration. But her ambition pushes everyone to do better. It's just important for us to help her channel that energy in a constructive way.
True. What about John? He's got a lot of energy but sometimes seems too impulsive and not fully thoughtful in his decisions.
John's definitely lively and brings a lot of energy to the team, which helps keep things dynamic. But his impulsiveness can sometimes lead to mistakes. He's got a great social personality, though, and is very open with his thoughts, which makes collaboration easier.
His social nature definitely helps keep the team connected. I just wish he'd slow down a little and think things through more carefully. Maybe we can help him with that by pairing him with someone more strategic.
That sounds like a good plan. Balancing positive traits like enthusiasm and energy with emotional traits like thoughtfulness and patience is key. We need to make sure everyone's strengths are used well without letting negative traits hold the team back.
Exactly. It's all about finding that balance between personality types. With a little guidance, everyone can bring out the best in each other.
I'm feeling good about this team. Once we get everyone in the right roles, I think we'll do great things together.
Me too. We've got a strong mix of personalities, and by focusing on the positives and supporting each other with the areas we need to improve, we'll definitely succeed.
So, for the packaging, I was thinking of using a smooth surface. It'll give the product a sleek, modern feel.
That's a good idea. But what if we went for something with a bit more texture? Maybe a matte finish would work better. It's elegant and still feels modern.
Matte does have a nice subtlety. But I was concerned it might make the product look a little too plain. A glossy finish might make the design pop more.
True, glossy finishes do make things stand out, but they can also attract fingerprints and look a little too shiny. Maybe we could go for a textured surface that has some grip but isn't too flashy.
That sounds like a good compromise. Something like a textured surface with a slight grain might give it some depth without overwhelming the design.
I like that idea. It would add some sophistication while still feeling soft to the touch. How about something with a slight raised pattern?
Oh, raised textures could be interesting. It would give the product a tactile feel, making it stand out in a different way. Plus, the raised texture would create some interesting shadows in the light.
Exactly. The way light hits a textured surface can really change the whole look of the product. A textured surface might even make it feel more premium.
I see what you mean. A surface that feels luxurious to the touch could be a great selling point. Maybe we could combine a soft touch with a slightly rougher texture, depending on the area of the packaging.
That could work perfectly. We could have the main body of the packaging with a smooth, soft texture, and then use a slightly rougher texture for the logo or branding to draw attention.
I like that idea. It would create a nice contrast while keeping the overall design cohesive. Now, we just need to decide whether to go with a matte or glossy finish for the logo area.
We should test both options. A matte finish would blend well with the textured parts, but the glossy logo might really grab attention. We'll just have to experiment to see what feels best.
Agreed. Let's start by testing a few different textures and finishes, then we can narrow it down from there.
Perfect. I'm excited to see how this all comes together. Let's get started.
So for the color scheme, I was thinking of going with a bold red. It really grabs attention, let me think.
I do agree that red is eye-catching, but I'm wondering if it might be a bit too intense. Maybe a softer color, like pastel blue, would give it a more calming appearance.
That's true. Pastel blue does feel more relaxing, but I'm not sure if it's as strong as red. Maybe we could combine them, red for the logo text and pastel blue for the background.
I love that idea. It could create a nice contrast. But we should also think about the overall tone. Should we keep the colors more neutral or add something vibrant for some energy?
I think a neutral color palette, the pop of vibrant yellow could work. Yellow is bright and cheerful, but still doesn't overpower the design.
I like how yellow can bring warmth to the design. However, I'm not sure about using it on the main elements. Maybe we could use yellow for accents or highlights instead.
That makes sense. What about the texture or finish? Should we go for a matte or glossy appearance? Matte feels more modern, but glossy could give the logo more shine.
Glossy could work if we want the design to stand out more, especially in digital formats. But matte might be better for print materials. It gives a more subtle and sophisticated look.
Agreed. I also think we should consider the shape of the logo and how the colors complement it. If we go with a round logo, soft colors like pastel blue will match well with the smooth form.
Right. A round shape and soft colors would make the design feel friendly and approachable. But for something more angular, like a square or rectangular shape, I think we might want to go with deeper, more saturated colors.
Exactly. The shape will really influence the overall vibe of the logo. It's all about balancing the appearance. Too many bold colors can make it feel too loud, while too few might make it seem too dull.
Yep, finding the right balance between color, shape, and texture is key. Let's start experimenting with these combinations and see what feels right.
Agreed. I'm excited to see how it all comes together. Let's get started.
Oh, and we might want to make the background a little more neutralish, so it doesn't distract too much from the logo itself. You know, not exactly white, but kind of a light gray or beige.
Good point. A neutralish background will definitely help the logo pop without being too overwhelming.
So for the logo design, I was thinking we should go with something round. It feels approachable and friendly.
I like that idea. A round shape often conveys a sense of unity and wholeness. But what about something more angular, like a square? It's clean and strong.
True, squares do have a strong, solid presence, but I think a square might come across as a bit rigid. What if we use a more flexible form like an oval? It's still clean but softer.
I see what you mean. Oval can feel more dynamic. But what about something with a bit more structure, like a rectangular shape? It gives a sense of stability and order.
Rectangular could work, but I'm also considering something a little more creative, like a spiral. It could symbolize growth and movement. What do you think?
A spiral is definitely more unique and could really catch the eye, but it might be harder to balance with the other elements of the design. I think we need to keep it simple. How about we go with a cylindrical shape for the text part? It could work well with a circular logo.
That's an interesting idea. A cylindrical shape could add some depth, but it might make the design feel too complex. What about combining curved lines with flat edges?
I like that. Curved lines can add elegance, and flat edges will help keep the design grounded. It's a good way to find a balance between soft and hard shapes.
Yes, and we could also play with symmetry. A symmetrical design can feel more balanced and harmonious.
Symmetry is great for creating a sense of order, but we should make sure it doesn't feel too stiff. A little bit of asymmetry might add some visual interest.
Agreed. I think a combination of symmetrical and curved elements could work really well. It would create something modern yet timeless.
Exactly. Let's keep exploring these shapes and forms. We're getting closer to finding something that feels just right.
Congratulations! You've done an amazing job. We've covered a wide range of topics that you'll face in real-life situations, from job interviews and workplace conversations to finance and global issues. Remember, learning these expressions step by step will make you feel more confident in professional settings. Keep practicing and don't be afraid to review the phrases and vocabulary as often as you need. The more you use them, the more natural they'll sound in your daily conversations. Okay. Thanks for watching today's lesson on English Fab. I hope you found these English tips useful and feel more confident. Remember, practice makes perfect, so try using these phrases in your daily conversations. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more Fab English lessons. Until next time, keep practicing and stay Fab.